Testing, testing. Testing, testing. One, two, three, testing. All right. Seems I can be heard loud and clear. Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to another stream of Fate Grand Order. And I seem to be looking up randomly for some reason. Today, we're going to be returning to Trom. I don't know when the new event is going to start, but I'd like to not keep having to pause the current chapter for all the new events, because like I keep putting FGO off anyways. At least streaming the story, because I want to do other things. I want to try other things, all that. And like we were hooked on Yokai Watch 3 last week. Granted, I've still got hooked on it, but I'm trying to mix it up. So today we're returning back to Trom. Last time on Fate Grand Order, we finally freed Vlad the Impaler from whatever the hell Moriarty was doing to him to fuck with his head. However, he's in a weakened state, so he can't fight on the front lines. Despite this, he can still help whip the army back into shape. And we did a little test battle last time to show them what actual teamwork looks like, instead of just trying to show off their own abilities. So this time, it seems we'll be working those armies properly, I believe. But we'll see what happens. I think there's one other major story beat involving those towers that well, technically two of them, but the ones nearby that we needed to go address. As such, I believe we'll be doing that today. I don't remember how long that will take, so let's go ahead and just hop right into it. Doom. Let me accessorize a bit. There we go. Thanks for the lurk, Ina. There's that. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't finish this bit of exchange, did I? Oh wait, no, I did. Never mind. I did as much as I could on it. All right. Hop back into Tron. Alright, everyone. It's time we put our plan together. Yes, a good plan is a key to a successful assassination. That's what my senior assassins are always telling me. Our first target is Krimhild's second in command, Zhang Zhu. If we're to succeed, we must get him to leave this singularity. Formidable in his noble phantasm and spells are, his intelligence is a far greater threat. I considered using some sort of magecraft to render him unconscious, neutralizing him, and then bringing him back here. But ultimately, I decided we need to completely eliminate any chance of him using that intellect against us. We will assassinate him, as such a dire threat deserves. Got it. I hear ya. It's always possible for targets to change, and when you're making decisions at your own discretion on sight. So it's great that we all are on the same page about this now. Solid communication. There are three key parts of this plan we need to decide: the how, the where, and the when. For the how, obviously, we just have to ambush him. Precisely. Sniping him would be far too risky. Perhaps it would be a different story if we had a truly first-rate archer on our side, but not even even then, I doubt sniping would be successful. Our target is, after all, Zhang Zhu, the leader of the Yellow Turbans. Yeah, depending on what the Tau starts he uses, his defense could be airtight. Oh, I see. So that's why you called me here. Indeed. We realize we would need the help of a professional in the sage arts. The secretary already gave us permission to bring you on board. It's unfortunate that she's part of the rebellion, but the assassin should be able to contain her if things take a turn. Though, of course, we'll have to do our best to ensure things don't come to that. Still, I don't know if I can make it all the way to the Revenge Realm's castle. I'm not exactly what you call nimble compared to most people. Kind of a slowpoke? Yeah, that's it. Can I leave now? No. Now, come on, get over it. Alright, now that Miss Shufu is here, let's discuss where and when of this plan. First of all, Zhang Zhu's behavior patterns. According to the scouts we've had tracking him, Zhang Zhu spends most of his time in the Revenge Realm capital, with the occasional excursion to Fort Azagra. Grimhild has entrusted him with the authority over all the surrounding area. He also sometimes causes problems for the Reinstatement Realm during the Revenge Realm's expeditions. He's an excellent leader to his troops. However, these troops vary tremendously in terms of quality. He cannot fill those gaps on his own. As a result, he frequently loses these skirmishes, but he also is quick to retreat to safety when this occurs. In this ongoing war between the realm, Zhang Zhu himself has never suffered so much as a scratch. Though he seems not to be particularly skilled in personal combat, he makes up for it with sheer adaptability. In effect, one could say he's the Revenge Realm's second king. Suffice to say, it'd be beyond foolish to try to assassinate him in the capital. Without an escape route, chances are any attempt would fail, even if we were to risk our own lives to accomplish our goal. Were we to try assassinate him on the way to Fort Azguak, her would have an excellent chance of slipping through our fingers. I think that's supposed to be he, because that doesn't make grammatical sense if you're referring to Krimhild. I think that's a typo. He would have a chance. So I've concluded that our best bet is to infiltrate the fortress and assassinate him there. However, even with this plan, our odds of success remain low. If we trust only luck to see these through, we are doomed to failure. That is tricky. I guess it all comes down to how tight the fortress security is. We can assume that it is tight indeed, but perhaps not so tight that there is no room for us to slip through. Tell us, Monsieur Fu, how would you go about protecting this fortress? Do we know how this fortress is built and where? Let me see. Yeah, here we go. It's all in this document. Yeah, this place is practically airtight. You can tell. I don't know the first thing about Western spells, but I've got almost a sixth sense for Eastern ones. To put it another way, if they did use any Western spells here, I wouldn't be able to tell you anything about them. But I can tell this fortress is built using Inchimin and Daojai. Inchimin Daojai? Or Dunjai? Basically use astrology and cleromancy to determine the optimal orientation of all sorts of objects. It works on everything from people to armies to castles. It can tell you things like the best way for you to walk or a direction where you're sure to fail. That's what we call Jingzhu. Or. Sorry, wrong person. Zwang. Chinese is hard. Zhuang Lang used during the Three Kingdoms period. Oh yeah, the unreturn formation. I've heard of that too. Anyway, my point is, Zhang Zhu, who used his Tao Swords to lock this fort, or Azakwak, looked down tighter than a tango drum. Or a tango drum. But historically speaking, once you breached a fortress, captured it is simple. It may be that the Tao's darts are the only notable defense we must overcome. So basically, it all comes down to this servant. Huh? You mean me? Yeah, okay, I'll do it. Really, when you think about it, that guy might look older, but actually go back further than he does. Hell, I was a genuine court sorcerer for China all the way back in the time of Emperor Chen Shihong. Sure, I was involved in a different matter for a while. My knowledge of Taoist arts is a little fuzzy, but I'm sure I'll figure something out. Well, it's okay, Juju. I believe in you. Huh? Who the hell said you could come up with a nickname for me? But you know, it's kind of a good fit. No, knock it off. I insist you show me the respect I deserve. You'll address me as Lady Zhufu. Got it? How exactly do you go about this? Do we need to conduct reconnaissance of the fortress to get past the Taoist defense? No, I think we can put together a counter-strategy based on what we know already now. For example, say there's a talisman used in Taoist arts, and a talisman that can be counteracted. We can make a whole bunch of the latter kind now. And from there, I can hammer the base of the Taoist arts into your head so you know what to do with them. Yeah, this could work. Excellent. I can finally see a way forward. We'll begin with combat and training in teams to reach the minimum of teamwork necessary to execute this plan. We'll also help Miss Shufu with her item construction while helping her coach us in the basics of Taoist arts. Yeah, sorry. All while hammering out the details of this plan before the day the mission arrives. Sounds reasonable. Then I'm gonna need you guys to bring me a bunch of materials I need for the talismans as soon as possible. Oh, like what? Oh, that dried out my throat. We should be able to use forbidden paper. Or forbidden pages for the paper. And oh, and there's one more important thing. What's that? That is a giant chicken. Oh, looks like Jufu. I'm hungry. I have several questions. How do you find something this big out here? I mean, I guess clearly it's a demonic beast. But still, Jesus.
へえ、そうなの？夏の女神が主情に告げる。踊りなさいよ、騒ぎなさいよ。
That's that.
当然とはいえ、嬉しいものですね。皆さんのおかげです。
Oh, that's Bond 10. Well, hot diggity doodle. Art's effect and Buster effectiveness up by 8% and apply 10% special attack enemies Earth attributes for allies only if Fuki Doji is on the field. Good with scrap tests on the field. Interesting. Well, Summer Ibuki is a candidate for Grand Berserker. Though considering I just Bond tended her, I want to save my other Bond grails. Maybe I should switch her out for Musashi now. At least they're big enough that there's plenty to go around. I see. We write the talismans incantations in chicken blood. Yep, that's right. Honestly, I don't know how much help these talismans are going to be against Zhangzhu's fortress. But it should at least be better than trusting to blind luck to save our asses. Quite so. Very well. Let's get down to business, shall we? Let's do it. Let's get down to business. To defeat the Huns. How do you know that song? The Grail? Fair enough. Friendship, solidarity, hard work. Now that's the recipe for success. What a weirdly sentimental assassin. This one, ironically, would be best for Odysseus, so we'll have him have a go. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Blast away. Odysseus. Alright, now we go boom, boom, boom. I don't think it's gonna be enough. Nope. Damn. Oh wow, well this one just said fuck you and your plans. Okay, at least we can still finish it off. Lost a majority of my buffs though, that sucks. Full speed ahead. Ironically, I might have been better off with Nemo in terms of min turning this. Even though I haven't really worked on Nemo.
もちろん負けてやります。ふやっここでまっすぐ立ちはだかるなら
There we go, and there we go.
鐘の音が聞こえる。
A few days later. I don't think I can read another word. Me neither. I suppose none of you will be surprised to hear this work suits me quite well. Well, we don't want any of you getting overwhelmed or confused, so we may as well stop here. Let us not forget the three of us are rank amateurs. For a stopgap measure, I believe this should be quite sufficient. I dare say our teamwork has improved considerably as well. And according to Count Vlad, the army's training is almost complete. I had to shuffle our decks for half an hour. I murder. What are you on about? Guess that means we'll be headed out soon. Indeed, as previously discussed, only the four of us will undertake this mission. Mr. Amasu, I'll be counting on your simple summons to augment our combat capabilities. Yeah, between our summons, the three of you should be strong enough to take down Jiangzhou. Besides, the bigger the operation, the more likely the enemy is to discover what we're up to. That one duel is to ruin deck size for everyone. Oh, yeah. Gotta wonder what they were on. I guess they're just trying to prove a point, but like, damn. I'd say we're at the tipping point here. I take it there's no objections. Then let's begin the mission. Here's to our victory and the power of teamwork! I swear there's something about this assassin that screams shonen manga protagonist. We'll be departing first thing tomorrow morning, so I believe we should go say our goodbyes now. Power of teamwork. And this gun I found. Well, for assassin, it's the power of teamwork. And these knives I brought. What is it, sir? Did you throw out your back? I did. I could really use a massage lately. Wait, no, that's not it. That's gonna use guns. Yeah, but the generic assassin doesn't have a gun. He just has knives. I was just thinking. I know, probably not much sense in bringing this up now. But that's what. But we should. Sorry, I'm trying to adapt. I'm trying to remember the accentation I gave them. Because they're Spanish. But are we sure it's not too dangerous, tell it, for Lady Tarmasu to join us on this mission? Understand your concerns very well, Don Quixote. I'm afraid this master has to stay close to her summon servants. Usually, there's wait for master to stay at a safe distance while supporting her servants. I mean, version Don Quixote. What? They're all beyond Tarmasu's ability. She has no choice but to wade into the fray herself. I'm technically qualified to be a master. I'm not in a position to summon any servants right now. Yeah, goddamn right you aren't. Tarmasu's fucking useless. I can still be a master up close. The servants respect me for it. Certainly not about to give a major early Detroit proper human history one. The right to summon his own servant again. Now skin off my nose. I could happily go the rest of my life without commanding another servant. Ah, there you have it, Don Quixote. Much as it pains me, and it really, truly does pain me. We have to let her go along for her to have any hope of assassinating Jiangzhou. I'll do it. Sir, I don't know about you, but the Chaldean's explanation makes sense to me. Real happy with Gordov's character arc. So am I. We got off on such a horrid foot with him back when he came to take over Chaldea. But man, has he really just grown as a person himself and just become a great member of the team. There's nothing more for you and me to do besides pray for the success. I guess you're right. Lady Tarmasu, whatever you do, make sure you make it back alive. I done guilty. Shall await your return with the highest of hopes. Thanks. Promise come back safe. Well, that's that. Oh, did I sound like a real knight there? You did, sir. You really did. Well then, maybe I should go along after all. Absolutely not. But here I thought it was going pretty well. But if you face a windmill, you're pretty fucked. I'd ask you not to remind me of that. No matter how much of a knight you may be, your place right now is on the throne. It may not be easy, but you must be patient all the same. All right, then, Master. I hate to send you on a mission alone. I understand that I'm essentially useless as a servant now, and I cannot fight, but I cannot fight. But you're going to fight, right, Count? Oh, don't worry, you're still just as much of a servant as ever. I cannot argue with that. Rest assured, I'll make sure that a division or a diversion gets the enemy attention. Sherlock Holmes. I know, Count Blood. I'll do everything in my power to ensure our master's safety. Astolfos. Yeah? I would like you to accompany Master and her team over the edge of the Revenge Realm. You got it. Looks like I'm coming along for a little while myself. Not you though, Roland. You got another job to do. Yeah. I'd lend you guys my alphalint, but I'm not the one who can blow it, so... But I'm the only one who can blow it, so... Oh well, for the time being, focus on staying alive. So that's what you always done? Well, I guess I got no advice to give. I like this all. You all a send-off party before you leave. But my sir thinks it'd be better to save that for your return. Indeed. When you return victorious from your operation, we'll throw a party to celebrate. That sounds better to me, too. Then I have everything ready by the time you get back. Ooh, a party. I can't wait. And not just any party, but a real... Say, Sancho. Yes, sir? How can you tell when a party's a gala? Now that I think about it, the only kind of party I've ever been to is the Harvest Festival. What about the celebration the Duchess and Don Diego threw for you? Well, I guess the Duchess was more awkward than celebratory, but still. At any rate, just leave it to me, sir. Though I will rely on you for all the grunt work. Fine with me. I have no idea how to plan a party myself, so just tell me what to do and I'll do it. That's what I like to hear. Morning, Tarapasu. You still have some time before you need to leave. Want to get a little more shut-eye? No, I think I'll go for a walk. Roger that. Looks like nobody else is here yet. Morning. How you been, pal? Oh, hello. I don't believe we met. Oh, it's not Chaldea on the line. Nice to meet you. I'm Satan, Tiramisu's comrade in arms. Still going with Satan, huh? At this point, you better believe I'm gonna be keeping it going with it for as long as I can. Besides, I'm pretty sure I won't be stepping on any other servant's toes. Anyways, what are you doing up this early? Hell, it's basically still night. I got a lot of going on this morning, so... Tiramisu, sure we can trust a servant. Don't worry about me. I don't tell anyone. Nobody likes a rat. I'm just really sorry. I still can't be of any help myself. Well, how about you at least show me your face, then? Sorry, but I'm gonna keep the mystery man thing going for a while. Knowing when to do a thing is almost as important as knowing what thing to do. That said, I'm not unloving how I've gotta draw this out either. I can't tell you to trust me, or that'll definitely be worth the wait. But if you can guess my identity on your own, hopefully be a sign of good fortune coming your way. Oh hey, it's morning already. Hang in there, pal. I'll be rooting for you. I'm gonna try and take care of my own business as best I can too. He's a real mystery man, alright. His spirit origin is no stronger than a phantom servant, so I'm sure he really is weak. But he is a servant. You don't sense any hostility from him, right? None. Okay, I trust your judgment on these things. But if that's all true, I wonder why he won't help. I suppose we'll just have to trust him when he says he's got his reasons. Okay, let's head back to the castle for now. You've got a long day ahead of you. Is everyone ready? Yeah, I guess. All good here. Then let's get going. Remember, we headed very deep into the Red Realm territory. We're bound to encounter enemies on the way. We won't necessarily need to fight our way through them. If we must, we can always run. In fact, I heard Miss Shufu's packed numerous talismans specifically for that purpose. Just be aware, we won't be able to use them every time. Also, we could be in trouble if the enemy has a caster too. Hey, you guys all ready? I'd say so, yes. Got it. I'll be taking you guys right up to the border in one of those golem draw on carriages. Thanks. Okay then, let's get going. Estalfos, away! I know you're probably sick of hearing this by now, but remember the direction we infiltrate the fortress from will be crucial. Chimen Dajing is an extremely complex spell, but it always goes in a set order. It doesn't matter how strong the sorcerer casting it is. In some ways, it's a lot like a gun. You want to fire a gun, no matter who you are. You have to load it, disengage the safety, and pull the trigger. No matter how good a shot you are, you can't fire a gun without doing all those things, right? The same with the spell. It might be complex, but it's not invincible. For example, say it made it so that no one could enter the building from any direction. If you cast a spell like that on a castle, then how would its defenders come and go? So we can definitely get inside. The problem is that doing so will be complex and not at all intuitive. I'll do my best to solve the riddle, but in case I get it wrong. You'll try again? Unfortunately, unlike video games, real life doesn't have a continue option. Anyways, assuming we make it inside, there's probably won't be that many soldiers to contend with. I presume we'll have Jimin and Dao Jiang to thank for that as well. Yep. Not only is it fiendishly difficult to navigate, but the people inside could also mess it all up by inadvertently screwing with orientations. So they won't be able to station many other servants in there, even if they wanted to, which they don't. Be that as it may, we do believe we'll encounter some form of military resistance inside. Most likely some sort of being Jiang Jun controls with his talent starts in lieu of servant soldiers. Yeah, it's a good point. If you use familiars or something along those lines, you could severely restrict their behavioral patterns to make sure they don't mess up the spell. That would make them much harder to control, though, so I think we still have a shot at this.
Thank you, Mr. Fu. Going over all this ahead of time has been a great help. We'll be counting on your assistance inside the fortress as well, as your skills will be crucial to this operation. However, there's one other key to this operation that needs to be addressed.
Oh, right, you mean me, don't you?
I take it your double phantasm's equal to the task of killing Jufu.
Yes. It may not be as strong as the first Hassan's, but my noble phantasm's by no means weak. Although thinking back on it, maybe pride is what kept me from ever matching his. Speaking of which, Lead Tiramisu, I understand you met a number of Hassans yourself. Or Hassans, or how it's pronounced. I think it's Hassan. May I ask what they're like?
Hello, this I.
Hello. Hi. Also met a peasant. They're all really great people. Gramps is terrifying, though. I see. Well, now I feel a little embarrassed making big proclamations to someone as accomplished as you. But I hope you trust me to see this mission through. Hey guys, you got a minute?
What is it?
Well, one of our squads fighting a skirmish with one of the Revenge Realm squads.
I see. What's the situation?
Looks like we're losing, but at least they're already prepared to retreat. So what do you guys want to do? Go around them since there's a stealth mission? That'd probably be best.
What do you think, Mr. Basu?
Let's help them. Whew, now we're talking. I'm just getting tired of doing nothing but driving this carriage. Okay, let's do this thing. Hey y'all, I'm Astolphos, a paladin of the righteous realm. It's my duty to assist you in No wait, that's not right. As paladin of the righteous realm, I guess I'm the reinforcement? Something along those lines. Anyways, nice to meet y'all.
How polite of him.
Yeah, but we're still about to fight. Well, we still can't neglect our manners. Let's see. Excuse me. Fuck it, why not?
私の力が必要なら全力で応答します。
Check me out, I'm awesome.
どんなもんだあらよっと早立ちです軽上のうんよしうん君のシーン
Rush him down.
見せてみろポグリフそりゃはい食らっちゃえ
Get wrecked, loser.
早立ちです軽上のドトの大量ここにあるなんかもう散らばったとにかくやめよ早立ちです軽上のいざ一世一代うんうん圧倒します
Let's do this. Musashi!
水天幕府大屏風
Genra Hajima.
何するものだこれぞ武蔵の戦だよっ
Slice and dice!
そこです
Alright, let's see. Let's attack you first, then you, and then you.
行くぞ
That should do it.
行くよ
Even if Musashi doesn't bleed through him like butter,
どんなも
even
んだ
though she did,
あこれで最弱の称号は
the
そっち
Stealthers
に
would
譲るよ
have finished him off regardless. Hey, thanks! Don't worry about it. You do the same for me. Would I? I'd hope. Oh, looks like we're almost there. Yep, this is the revenge realm, alright. Okay, this is as far as I go. I'll head back to my hippogriff. On my hippogriff. See you later. Or see you guys later. And good luck. We're all counting on you. We'll let you down. Woo! Yeah. My predictions never pan out, but I got a good feeling about this mission. Well, bye!
If his predictions never pan out as he says, then perhaps we should expect things to go poorly.
Come on, let's go. Let's. Man, I don't like this. The plot and the aftermath. "5,000. That's as many servants as the righteous realm currently field in their army. Their numbers include about 60 heroic spirits. The rest are phantom spirits. Large though those numbers are, they have no hope of defeating either Revenge Realm or Reinstatement Realm. Even so, there is beauty to be found in directing a group of highly trained servants toward a common goal."
This will be the Righteous Realm's first large-scale battle. As I've said, this will be the culmination of your training. You may think of it as another exercise if you like. But know that anything less than your best effort will be considered an act of treason. Treason not against me, but our Emperor Charles the Great. Remember, this battle is not meant to be a It's not meant to demonstrate our might to the Revenge Realm. It is to show your devotion to our Emperor. I am aware that he is not presently here with us. He is, however, using the spell of Farsight to observe each and every one of you. You remember that well and fight with honor. Show us your Emperor that he is the righteous way. We have nothing to fear from either a revenge or reinstatement to realm. Show them what they are capable of. Oh God.
Hold on.
Oh God, please. Please let everyone come back safely.
I think it might be a matter for your heart if you don't want. It might be better for your heart if you don't watch this, sir. Why don't I keep an eye on things while you just focus on pain? We really are cut out to be Charles the Great, aren't we? Ironic, her decision was made to save ourselves is bringing us closer to death. I don't know how we're ever going to get out of this. I have an urgent message, my queen. The Righteous Realm army is on the move. They're headed straight for our fort at Worms. So they've finally shown up. How many troops? No more than 5,000, my queen. I see. Then there's no need to mobilize our entire army in response. Still, there's never been a move like this. Recall the majority of our soldiers guarding our border with the reinstatement round. I'll go meet the army as well. Get Jiangzhou here now. I'm afraid I have bad news, my queen. Alas, there are no windmills to charge to. Looks lost spelled 3. Hi, Mr. Mustache. Welcome to the stream. We can't get a hold of Lord Jiangzhou. I wonder what's going on. What would you like us to do, my queen? Go out to meet the enemy. 10,000 troops ought to suffice. Elite knights, assemble your formations now. Right away, my queen. I wonder what happened to him. Just like, he turned traitor. Did he die? Sup, just popping in on break? I see. Oh, I'm gonna be doing Lethal Company with Ghastly tomorrow, probably. Are you free or are you working? She suggested to invite you. I swear, just when I need that cunning old man must. What a hassle the queen sighed. Let's turn back the clock a bit. Fort Azagok. The fortress of Zhangzhou had shut himself away, with 100 of his loyal servants. It seemed to be a small group, and a fortress where even security patrols are confined to a painfully specific route. They were more than sufficient, especially with all of Lord Jiangzhou's security measures. The fortress itself is also situated in the heart of the Revenge Realm territory. Even were the other two realms aware of it, they had never sent troops so far. Zhangzhou never enjoyed shutting himself up in the fortress, though. But he had two reasons for doing so. The first was supervision. As his fortress contained something tabooed in the Revenge Realm, Zhangzhou could not relax without coming by from time to time to check on it. He also wanted to make sure that none of the servants patrolling its halls had realized what that taboo was. If they did, he would have no choice but to tie up loose ends. The second was preparation. Zhangzhou would never miss a chance be better prepared for rebellion. Not only to rebel against proper human history, but of course to rebel against Queen Kriemhild as well. There's no telling how long she'll last after all. There's no telling how long she'll last after all. Zhang Zhu's concerns lay with Kriemhild's mental balance, or rather the lack thereof. He knew she had resorted to every trick she could think of in her efforts to take vengeance for Siegfried, her beloved fit husband. Hello, hello, hello. Anime God Kronos, welcome to the stream. I see it's your first time chatting. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Doppel, Doppelganger VTuber. Voices are my bread and butter. And today we're doing Fate Grand Order. What brings you by? She even went so far as to try and offer up her own body to Attilia, aka Alteria. The depths of her hatred and her eye for strategy both far exceeded ordinary parameters. Zhang Zhu knew that very well, and he also knew she was a berserker. However sane she might have seemed, beneath that, she was still a monster whose heart burned with unending thirst for revenge. Love Kriemhild? Yeah, she is pretty awesome. Oh, thanks for the follow. And so he understood that he would eventually have to rebel against her, even if it meant grinding her down to a nub in lieu of her completely falling apart. Now what am I going to... Hold on. I'm trying to remember the voice I used for him. It's been a while since I did this chapter. Unfortunately, I don't have her yet. I got her on this account. I didn't on my main, but I can't even remember if I pulled for her on my main or not. But I managed to get lucky and I got a single copy of her on this. Did we throw singles at that? I can't remember. I think Mr. Mustache was here, but I don't know if he'd remember either. Now what am I going to do with him? His indiscretion was rooted in his uncertainty about whether his trump card was an ace or a joker. If used well, he could be a blade to Grimhild's throat. If used poorly, he could destroy the whole Revenge Realm and Zhengzhou with it. And so he could trust the fine-tuning of this particular asset to no one else. Zhengzhou once commanded armies numbering in tens of thousands. His schemes, ambitions, and desires were without end. But today his lucky streak came to an end. In addition to his two secrets, he had also made two grave mistakes. First, he failed to account for the existence of another talented sorcerer, even if they may not have been quite on his level. And his second, ultimately fatal mistake, was failing to account for the world's greatest detective paying him a visit. This little bitch. Just imagine fucking Holmes appearing behind you whenever you're monologuing or some shit. Okay, this Zhengzhou, they're doing Jima a pound or cosmic board. Of course, it's probably pretty different from a conventional one, since it was made specifically for him. But that shouldn't matter as long as we can figure out the basic directions we need to go.
Alright, Mr. Fu, where do we begin?
Shimen and Dongjia. Man, I wish I knew how to pronounce that properly. Thanks for the lurk, something funny. What would be more disrespectful is that Holmes would let you monologue. You know, you're not even wrong. He's exactly the kind of person. He'd either be a sassy bitch by sipping tea in the corner and suddenly you finish monologuing, you turn around, he's there, or he like sort of rises behind you just as you finish. He's absolutely that dramatic of a bitch. if it's the drinking tea in a corner and you turn around, he'd be like,
No, no, don't mind me. Do carry on.
and clap sarcastically. Perfect. Shimin Dunjia uses 8 geometric gates. Jua, rest, Sheng, life, Shang, wound, Duao, groove, Jing, scene, Si, or Shi, death, Jing, Sha, and Kai, open. We need to go through life, scene, and open and avoid the other 5. Let's start with the life gate. This way, and of course try to be as quiet as possible. Okay, everyone, follow me! As long as we stick to our training, my presence concealment skill should extend to the rest of you as well. At least a little. Though, of course, I'm just a run-of-the-mill assassin, not one of the Hasanai Sabah. I'm afraid it may not be much better than nothing.
That's alright. It should still be more than enough. Now, shall we?
Something's not right. Bro aspires to be a Hassan. Yeah, respect him for it. He seems like a good guy. What's wrong? Shit, this way leads to the death gate. Nobody move. Damn it, Zhang Zhu must have made even more modification to the Qingming Dao Jie. We'll need to think exactly as he did now. A single mistake will put us in the death gate. There are 3 enemy soldiers here. What shall we do?
I prefer to avoid them if we can.
Got a lot of Uncle Hassan. Know to scout that guy. Hey, Gramps! Just gazes down at us menacingly. We got another possible recruit.
Do you now? And who would they be?
Well, if I told you their name, that'd go against your whole code thing, right?
Clever bitch.
I prefer to avoid them if we can.
That'd be a tall order. Which way next, Lady Jufu? We need to either keep going straight or make a right turn here. We can't avoid them if we do that.
Then I would at least like to keep this quiet.
The extremely modified silence amplifying talisman should be able to erase any sign of our battle right down to our presence. But it won't last forever. Gotta make sure to take them out quickly, without using our noble phantasms. Fine with me. Alright, let's kill them! Counting down now. 3, 2, 1. Here goes! Huh? Enemy attack! Enemy! Huh? Crap, I can't talk! No, wait. I can't make any sound at all! Your lives are mine! Let's clean them up quick. Remember, everyone, no noble phantasms. Oh, well, that's an interesting first starting thing. Okay, I can work with that.
いいわね。
Let's fuck him up. Oh, you're just dead. Okay. Damn, assassin. And here I thought that one was going to be the most problematic one. Nah, you're just dead. As many times as we almost died, Tima's got to be stressing right now. You know, you're probably not wrong.
誇りにかけて圧倒します。
And if I had a nickel for every time a servant claimed to be our mother, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird to have it twice.
いいですね。私が出ます。
種明かしは必要あるまい。
Who's the female that we keep defeating? Is it Lancer? I could claim your mother will never not be funny to me. You know what? I'm fine with her being our mother. I can roll with it. She adopts anyone and everyone. I mean, she only seems to adopt like 5, 6 people. As far as I know, she never tried to adopt MASH. Then again, I don't know if they ever met. Yet. That's fair. Yeah, is a very fair assessment of that. Because, like, she's pretty much adopted her 4 Heavenly Kings, us, and then Nursery Rhyme. It's over. No one else seems to have noticed us. Let's keep going. We'll be heading to the basement from here. I hope your theory's right, Holmes.
It is, rest assured. You will find Zheng Jun there. I'm no expert in Toast arts, Mr. Fu, but thanks to you, I at least have a reasonable understanding of its processes. But as a process also has an endpoint, that is to say, all things have their logical conclusion. Here, that conclusion is the room next to the safest place in the fortress.
Who's Holman's ever wrong? Must be for real. He's never wrong, but he hardly tells us shit.
Well, I wouldn't want to tell you something incorrect, so I'll just shut up for the time being, because I don't have enough evidence to say for sure.
Just tell us your hypothesis, you bitch! Shaking him violently.
But it's not concrete.
I don't care! Tell us your theory, goddammit.
Well, I'm not quite sure.
I will stab you.
Here, that conclusion's the room next to the safest place in this fortress. That is where we'll find him. Hmm? A pleasure to make your acquaintance, Lord Jiangzhu. Oh, Sherlock Holmes, is it? I'm impressed you were able to navigate my Taoist arts cage. Me? Oh, not at all. I couldn't have done this alone. Even I cannot continue the intricacies of another cultural secret.
Like dealing with Emia's bro, stop hiding shit.
If it is another matter entirely, when I have the aid of another familiar with another familiar with them, as long as I understand the process, I can arrive at a logical conclusion. I see. And you're the master who got away. I'm surprised you came back. Admirable. I'm here to avenge Salome.
You won't provoke me. You won't provoke me. Proceeds to shoot him. I may have misunderstood that. You will provoke me.
I already have. That you need to keep your emotions in check is proof enough.
I was gonna hit the famous quote.
I understand it now.
Or if we go by the books,
You see, it is simplicity itself. At times like this, it's imperative to stay cool and collected. Now then, surely you didn't expect to come waltz into my inner chambers and leave with your lives, did you? In fact, we did. You have not a single ally to call upon for aid. Oh? Were any aid to arrive for you, it would only compound your present predicament. So risky is this little project of yours. We, on the other hand, have already called in help. She's removing every sound from this fortress even as we speak. I suppose I should be afraid for my life, but I'm honestly more impressed by your compassion. You're right. I can't be too quick to call for help, which is why I have to cast a paralysis spell on all my allies right now. I must ask, though, did you, with that piercing intellect of yours, account for these? Come forth! These are my yellow turban puppet soldiers. Pretty fashionable get-ups, no. So did you account for these as well? I must confess I did not.
I did.
Why didn't you say anything?
Why didn't I say anything? I knew about these things. I was almost tortured.
But I did indeed determine that you would have either accomplices or some manner of faithful subordinate with you. Your puppets are, therefore, within my expectations. Now prepare yourself. My luck hasn't run out yet, nor am I so far past my prime that I'm about to let the likes of you kill me.
You know, Zhengshu, there's worse ways to go.
I am Zhengshu, the great teacher. I am about to give you the most painful lesson of your life. You're going to die. Protect me! That's funny.
What's so funny? I have a Gramps in a retirement home. Going from revenge to retirement. Let's go. Alright, seal his noble phantasm.
Did you just seal my phantasm? Well, I tried, but it didn't work. It got misdirected. Clever move.
Who's my backup?
Ah, yes.
I was talking about him. Clever bastard he is. Yeah, I just forgot that it worked with skills too.
Well then, let's...
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Assassin's just gonna fucking murder one of them every turn.
Miss Musashi, if you will. You got it, huh? Assassin pass.
How's that?
Oh. Well, shit. Wasn't that fun? I can't say I'm particularly enjoying it.
皇天まさに立つべし星は公子にありて鉄火大吉ならんいで大きくせ
Well, I think you're about finished. What? Already? Yes, already. I'm surprised as you are. Now then, Miss Musashi, if you would.
始めるとし
いざ一世一代のいいわね。
初歩的なことだ友
I'll set them up for you. Just be sure to cut them down.
It only takes one, huh?
負けん牽制何するものだ。これぞ武蔵の戦だ。いやいつもしたたるいい女。
Okay, this is bullshit. Who is that?
Miyamoto Musashi? How do you trust this?
不正を作ってやろう賭けじゃ
Oh, look at that. You don't have any more targeting up. Gonna recast that? No? Alright. Bye.
Honestly, though, dude, you might wanted to, alright. Summer Musashi and Raikou are the only two I want. So, if we're talking older ones, I like Summer Jean just because I'm a really big fan of her. And, I've gotten most of the other Summer units I want. Summer Canis is awesome. I like Summer, Murasaki. Summer Musashi is awesome. Summer Raikou, I love her design, but her kit is garbage. She needs help. She needs help.
Now then.
常に別の可能性
Main Summer Kama. I actually pulled MP3 Summer Kama going for Canis. At least I think it was Canis' banner. I'm a fan of her. She's pretty cool.
そうかい
Time to wrap things up, Musashi.
Fast and light. Cut to the ball. I'd really appreciate it if you didn't kill all my men. I mean, no.
Just like I said, no.
It wasn't a request.
Don't care. Miss Musashi, if you please.
士族の誇りにかけて華麗に戦うぞ。いざ一世時代の大仕掛け。水天幕府大屏風。負けん。
But I have Summer Ability guys, but I just got her to bot 10, and now we're gonna try and practice with Musashi for a bit. Musashi's about to actually get better than Ibuki with this upcoming Fake Samurai Rabbit collab.
儚いバカンスだったわね。
That'll be pretty cool.
Now then. Time for a trick.
はかま賢明な判断初歩的なこと
You better aim well. You better aim good. He knows you're going to die.
なる
As I can assure you, bodies will have no qualms of absolutely devouring every ounce of magical energy you have.
蒼天すでに死す皇天まさに立つべし星は公子にありて鉄火大吉ならん受かった
Oh, Geronimo's down.
賭けじゃ
いいでしょう
I believe you lost your chance at life.
無力だたまらなく
That's cute. Good luck. Thanks, Cyber. I think bro's done, though. Bro's absolutely cooked.
いいでしょうよし命令ですこんなところ
And welcome to the
に知らないします
stream.
わネズミ相手とは
Sorry
手
for
加減をしていた
holding back his armor gives me a voice.
スイッチェイ
Excellent pest.
刀身に歪みなし全くの無傷であった
Oh, I guess I'm not doing anything again. Is that all you've got? He's an even more formidable opponent than I expected. It may even be as powerful as a top-ranked servant. Could he have the Holy Grail himself? No, that wouldn't make any sense. Zhengzhu, the rogue spirit, sometimes sets himself apart from others, or something sets himself apart from others. Ah, I see. It is simplicity itself. I see. Now I understand. What is it you think you understand?
I couldn't hear what he said.
There! It can't be then, but then that must be it. Curse you, curse you, curse you, curse you! What a failure I am. How? How? How did you figure it out? Will I? What a fool I've been. An absolute jester. Have I exhausted heaven's will? Not at all. I never had such a thing in the first place. Now I'm disappearing? I guess I can't stay here any longer. Does this mean I was mistaken after all? Master. Well, that was weird.
Enemy 7's gone, though I have to say it didn't feel like my noble phantasm did that much. What'd you say to him, Holmes?
I called him a bitch. Oh, not much. Or nothing much, at least I didn't think much of it. But in retrospect, it may have been a grave error on my part.
What do you mean?
I asked him if he really was the one he thought he was. But in this case, I'm afraid our efforts may be a tad.
Ah, crap. We got an emergency on our hands. This whole fortress is about to collapse. What? Who sets their own base to explode? Suck it, Holmes!
They call me dramatic.
Well, this is the fun time everyone's waiting for, and when it all comes crashing down on our heads. It looks like the old man rigged this fortress to fall apart if he died.
Who hasn't dreamed of going out with a bang?
Fuck you!
We'd best leave immediately then.
Oh, right. First, we need to find the life gate, then the scene.
That won't be necessary. I know enough to lead the way myself.
Seriously? Damn, this whole detective thing is nuts. Old man's hilarious. He can be in hindsight. Leading up to this, he wasn't that funny. He was more intimidating, but every other time he's appeared, even in events, he's just been kind of goofy. Hang on. What do you mean you... What do you even need me for then?
Let's save the conversation till after we've escaped, shall we?
Running, 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 running. What's going on? I don't know. Let's just get out of here. Wait, that's the taboo direction. What? Ah! Damn it, which way do I go?
Pardon me. Move. If you want to live, come with us. If you don't want to live, stay right where you are. We head straight down this passage. Should be able to exit through the Sing Gate.
What do you think, Tiramisu? Well, this is Holmes we're talking about, so... Maybe we should just make every servant Holmes, but in a different class. That was a terrifying thought. Don't threaten fangirls with a good time.
Oh, I have my talents, but I'm by no means omnipotent. I would, of course, make an excellent caster, but for now, I'm quite content as a ruler. Phew, good to be outside again.
Honestly, I don't think I'm going to survive this mission, but a lot smoother than I thought. Well, now you're a dead man for sure. You had to go and tempt fate by saying that, didn't you? You'll be lucky if you make it back to the righteous realm now. Oh, come on, Lady Jufu. Please don't scare me like that.
Good, the golem horse is still here. Doesn't seem as though anyone discovered it.
No sign of any enemies nearby. We should be good to go. Anticlimactic much. You're disappointed, Lady Fu? Haven't we had enough excitement for one day? We still don't want to contact. You still don't want to contact them?
It would be best to wait until we reach the righteous realm's border. Let's see, considering the time it will take to learn, the Horde Azagwak has collapsed. And the time it will take for them to confirm that Jiangzhou has vanished. And the time it will take them to discover we were here and put together a squadron to pursue us. We have no margin for error, but we should still be in the clear, no matter how fast the response time is. As long as we skirt the patrols, we should have little trouble making our escape.
Well, that's a relief. Everything's going swimmingly. None of his finely honed instincts are sounding any alarms. The red sky gradually gives way to a pleasant blue. Soon they will arrive in the righteous realm, and the mission will be complete. But even amid such peaceful scene, Holmes continues to rack his brain searching for an answer. An answer to what, you ask? Well, he wishes to understand why I have yet to reap. Why have yet to reappear? Oh, I've been the narrator this whole time. Oops, sorry. Did y'all forget Moriarty's here? I swear.
He planned for Count Vlad to become one of his allies. That part I can understand. It would have been an effective way to rob Kildare of a portion of our combat forces. But why hasn't he shown himself again since then? Why hasn't he tried another attack on us? He's somehow preoccupied with his role as a foreign disciple. If he is, then where in the singularity could he be? More importantly, what could he be doing?
Where's his mind? Is turning and mind turn and turn, trying to find the truth obscured by the clouds of ambiguity. Ambiguity. God, that's a hard word to say. But Sherlock Holmes will never understand. Yes, some things escape even the man who supposedly understands everything. And his sense of singularities akin to a lost spell. History's made by people.
There's no way to tell how much time has passed when there's no sentient creatures there to experience it. Think of an insect crawling around on the ground for 1 or 2 years. In that situation, one could make a strong case that no time has passed at all. That singularities are reversed, servants are walking incarnations of human history. Here where heroes and anti-heroes form every nation, world and race are continuously summoned. One could say the path of humanity exists in the background. This is why the idea of rebellion against proper ministry is so significant. If Holmes wishes to erase the singularity, merely fitting pieces together won't be enough. He will need to make massive leaps of logic. But with worries of mere consuming his every thought, he will never reach the answer. He simply is not capable of it right now, of this I am certain. In contrast, our goals is well within reach. As the fallen disciple, I'll murder Sherlock Holmes myself. Oh, it seems our timing's impeccable. Vlad III just returned as well.
Looks like things went pretty well. Damn right they did. Ah! Don't you think it's dangerous to whack someone with a bowl? Who cares? It's not like it can actually hurt you. Anyways, you were saying. Well, you're obviously aware this is our first battle of the single unified army, right? Yeah, so. It went even better than we expected. Much better. Count Vlad's orders were brilliant, and his troops carried them out faithfully. Our formations, our troop move line up. Everything was perfect. I'm sure the Revenge Realm will think twice before messing with the Righteous Realm now.
That's wonderful to hear.
And how did your assassination mission go? Never mind. Tell the looks on your faces. Congrats. It all went very smoothly. Just down to the power of teamwork. Just goes to show the power of teamwork. All that's left for you now to report back to the Emperor. Question is, do bro still have his clothes? I'm reluctantly still in my clothing.
We've had to redress him like 4 times on the way back. It was, inexperience.
Just see him in a straitjacket. They did this to ensure that I could not break free from my clothing. I gotta make an in-person report. Can't I just give you a written one? No? Wow, you really have the nerves of steel, don't you? I'm literally shaking the thought of meeting Charles the Great. Oh, don't worry. You'll be fine. He's a real friendly guy. I find that really very hard to believe.
And that concludes our report.
Thank you for your hard work, everyone. Emperor Charles the Great will now grant your fitting rewards.
Well done. I'm so glad to see you all come back safe and sound. So glad. You're too kind, your Imperial Majesty. We, your loyal subordinates, are honored to have been of service.
Man, my shoulders are killing me. I still can't believe the Emperor himself rewarded me. What did you get? Some magical items for enhancing my spirit origin and support mystic code. Never have too many, of course, but they're usually tough to get a hold of. Is that so? I already wrote off the talismans as a business expense, so maybe I'll grab some spirit origin enhancement materials too. How about you, Holmes and Tiramisu?
I suppose we're much in the same boat ourselves.
You should let the secretary know if you didn't get anything. And the squeaky wheel gets the grease and all that. Good point. Alright, I better get going. I have a lot of training to do if I'm going to catch up to the rest of the assassin brigade. I'm going to pop to my spirit forming. Get some shut-eye. Later.
Good day, Jifu.
Excuse me? Do you have a moment?
Of course, Miss Sancho. What can we do for you?
Do you remember our plan to throw a victory party once you got back?
I do indeed. I see. Then I take it that.
Yes, everything is ready for you. Could I ask you to come back to the throne room so we can celebrate?
Of course. How about you, Master?
What about you for an assassin? I do feel bad about excluding them after all the hard work they put in. But I'm afraid we need to keep the matter of Meister's identity to ourselves.
It's all right, Miss Tamasu. We'd have another smaller wrap-up party with them later. Would you mind if we left the proceedings early, Miss Sancho?
Not at all. Man, look at this food. Hell yeah. Bottoms up. Cheers.
As well as it went, it's still only the first of many missions to come. But very well. One should never underestimate a banquet's capacity for increasing morale.
Man, Astolfo should have seen me out there. There I was, perfectly blended in amongst the foot soldiers, doing my job like it was second nature. So you didn't actually do much fighting then. No, the Fate of Puffercuff cast. By which we mean one of them. There is one here. Hi, Astolfos. Two of them. Two. Oh, right, Vlad. I completely blanked that Vlad was in this, in Apocrypha. It may be a different class, but it's still the same aspect of King Vlad, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, it's part of the team. That's what matters. I thought he was Lancer in Apocrypha. He was a berserker then, surprisingly? I gotta double check that. I could have sworn he was Lancer. He was on Black, right? Yeah, Lancer Black. Yeah, they changed it for FGO. It's still like the same. It's the same aspect, where it's King Vlad and not Monster Vlad. But he's a berserker in FGO. There is a Lancer Vlad in FGO, but that's Proto Vlad or something like that, or Vlad Extra. I don't remember what he's called exactly. Who's the second berserker? I remember Spartacus. I don't remember who. Oh yeah, it was Fran. Vlad is Vlad. The Vlads would not agree with you. Because the monster Vlad is very much how people saw him as a vampire. And King Vlad is very much not okay with that depiction of himself. He hates it. Bachbro is just chaos. Isn't that just fate? Let's be honest, that's just fate. Why we can't have no more gas leaks? At least they fought spared towards the battle from here. You all did magnificently. You're in such perfect lockstep with each other. I couldn't even tell where you were, Lord Roland.
I caution, them against going off on their own, a common mistake amongst individually skilled soldiers. That aside, while I'm certainly glad this battle went as well as it did, it is not all good news.
How come?
One of my goals is starting next is to how to practice responding to sudden unforeseen accidents. When things go well, it tendency of soldiers to grow overconfident.
Holy Grail, no, who needs to be secret, proceeds to nuke half the city. The Holy Grail War. Here are the very strict rules. Let's start breaking every single one of them. A Holy Grail War is when 7, except when it isn't, and servants of only these 7 classes, except when it isn't, fight for the Holy Grail, who can grant any wish, with restrictions, and often turns into a giant monster spawner anyways. We're getting a lot of asterisk on here, aren't we? It's very telling that even the very first Holy Grail War that we see in the series and Fate's Day Night doesn't follow the goddamn rules. That's been why Jean was summoned. Yeah, actually, that is exactly why Jean was summoned in Apocrypha. Because the rulers are meant to be like referees. They're adjudicators and saints. That's why she has all those fucking command seals on her back to keep everything in order. Ref, do something!
That's true. It may be a good idea to train the children what to do, in case something goes wrong. Agreed. I must put a plan together right away. Please, everyone, drink up, eat up. What a great day this has been. Careful there, you don't want to get carried away.
Indeed. As Tully, a fool used to tell me, admonish is probably a better word. There's nothing more dangerous than a mage and all his spirits getting carried away. I see it. Hey, summon, I swear to God, I'm calling all sorts of technical fouls. Jean was technically the 15th summon. Actually, no, she wasn't. She was there before Mordred was summoned. But she was still there well past the 8th summon. Because I'm pretty sure at that point the Grail was just like, I am so not okay with this cheating bullshit of just these allies gaining servants. I mean, stay night. Man, they didn't have a ruler then. They had 9. Man, that was weird. The very first Fate's Day Night. Yes, 7 servants. Absolutely. There were actually 9 servants. If can do anything. I guess it was all within enough parameters that Elia didn't think it needed to summon a ruler. But it was still fucked. I don't think.
You mean you had a Sancho of your own?
Oh yes, occasionally. Uncompromising, always demanding. That was Tully for you.
Great to meet someone who knows my pain. Oh, really now? I see. Wait, I didn't mean it like that, Sancho. Then how did you mean it, sir?
For a graceful way, I have a clearly unfavorable situation. I'm going now.
Monsieur, I'll be taking over for the director for the time being.
Sending Shiro after Kira wasn't the best of ideas. Yeah, you don't say. Yeah, the route that leads to Emiya Alter is fucked.
Congratulations again on a job well done, Senpai.
Thanks, Mash.
You too, Kodak.
Me, I literally did nothing here. Unless you count sitting on the sidelines watching a battle.
Did you notice anything noteworthy?
You know how occasionally you get a second or third-rate servant with sizably strong noble phantasm or strength stat? Well, there was a number of servants like that on both sides, so it made a hell of a show. I don't know if I could say this, but it felt like I was watching a major spectacle. Big flash of light, magical energy, all that kind of thing every time a command spell was activated. Well, it's like watching an anime. What do you think they'd call that? I don't know, probably Fate Grand Order or some shit like that. But who'd watch that? Yeah, who'd watch that?
No time Shiro ever became happy. Becomes happy and immediately fused with Muramasa.
You know, fusing with Muramasa, or at the very least being like a pseudo-servant for him. Honestly, not the worst fate. Get it? Fate. I think becoming Emiya Alter is a worse fate, let's be honest. Or just becoming regular Archer Emiya. Those fates suck.
Clearly not his worth path either. Emiya Alter is worse.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Both the timelines where he gets dark skin and white hair suck, but one clearly sucks more than the other. Who messaged me? Hold on. Oh, just that.
I just can't catch breaks either.
Yeah, poor girl. She has it rough even in her own route. Actually, maybe especially in her own route. Having on both sides, ally and enemy alike. That was the master we're up against. We know they're not a cryptor, that's for sure. I'll be damned if I have any idea how a mage ends up like that.
I've been looking into this master as well, but it's gotten us nowhere. All I can say at this point is that Holmes was right. The same master's using command spells on all these servants.
I see. Damn it, what are we missing?
Could be another servant be their master? Or does Sakura faces their Indian servants?
Yeah, that has been a weird trait. It's like, okay, I get the trend, but why is this a trend? Did you just decide it? Meanwhile, Rin only has like 2 servant versions. So it's not as egregious.
They woke up and decided, Sakura's live in India now.
Or at the very least, they decided Indians love Sakura. That'd actually be kind of a funny meta joke if that was the entire reason. Like, yeah, all of our fan base from India really fucking love Sakura, so let's do a homage, and then it just snowballed from there. That'd been funny. I don't know the exact design reasons, but I do get a kick out of thinking it like that. It's not completely impossible for a servant to be another servant's master. Everyone just looks over at Medea. What are you looking at me for? That still wouldn't explain how There's so many damn many of them here. No master anywhere in the world who could support over 10,000 servants. Although... let's just forget about it for now. How's the orange trick's coming along? I'm afraid it still takes a little time. We're just short on staff right now. And Da Vinci's currently on break. A break, huh? I see. That's fine then. I don't have anything urgent to ask her. Just let her get the rest she needs. I will.
We got Taiga being Jaguar Warrior, which is hilarious. I swear, I'm pretty sure that was just made because of the joke of her name. Taiga, tiger. Equivalating it to a jaguar, even though it is not a jaguar. It is a big cat, but it is not a jaguar. I'm pretty sure that's the only reason. And also her proclivity for violence. I think I'll talk to Don Quixote and Sancho.
Ah, Lady Tiramisu. Great work on the mission today.
We have some fruit-infused water. Thank you.
We're lucky to get by with minimal casualties. Thoroughly, I don't think things could have gone better.
Sir?
Yes, I know. I couldn't help any of you myself. But I am still glad to see you all back safe and sound. I mean that, you know. Cheers. Don Quixote. Lord Holmes! You're enjoying the food, I hope.
Of course. These canapes are exquisite. I don't know how to pronounce this.
This is her first option. And every time she catches a girl 4 feet away from shore, her caretaker skills are 10 out of 10.
I haven't seen anything with that. I should probably look at some of the more slice of lifey stuff that has Taiga in it. You know what I really need to get around to besides Carnival Phantasm? Menu. I should watch Menu.
Good. Sancho and I put a lot of heart into making those, you know. I had my sir handle everything except the actual cooking. I wasn't doing any good anywhere else, so... With all due respect, I beg to differ. You took a stand and fought for what you believed was right. Your principles are the backbone unifying the entire Rogers realm. I hope you're right.
If you want to be useful, sir, you always clean up after the party.
You're rocking me to the bone tonight, aren't you? All right, I'll take care of it.
I'll go pay those two a visit. Well, hello, Lady Tiramisu. You already turning in for the day?
I was thinking, what if Castle Gilgamesh was summoned in Fate Zero instead of Archer?
Well, for starters, he'd be a lot nicer. I know that isn't saying that much. But, you know, it'd be something. I don't think he'd be as easily swayed by Kure. That actually speaks volumes. Granted, the versions of Gilgamesh I've been seeing in FGO are all, and even just Samurai Revenant actually, are already extremely nicer than those that appeared, than the version that appeared in Zero and Stay Night. There's just something fucked with that particular summoning. Something fucking happened with that incarnation. Because, like, all versions of him, they're very high and mighty, very full of themselves, kind of assholes, but, like, they're not psychopaths. The version summoned in Zero is an absolute nut. Something's wrong with that one.
His arrogance never leaves, but he's willing to give his respect to those who deserve it.
Yeah, I guess he's thought nobody deserved it throughout those two. Because Jesus Christ.
What do you expect? They're all fourth-rate masters with third-grade servants. Are you already turning in for the day? You're not? I see.
Like he did when he was summoned to finish Tiamat, he was Archer then too.
Yeah. But he was also, like, not a psychopath. That's why, and it's because of that version appearing as an archer, and other times he's appeared as an archer in, like, events and whatnot. There's just something fucked up with the version that was summoned in Zero. That one has to be the weird one. Because even if we say the ones in Grand Order are, like, toned down or anything, even if we assume that, Samurai Remnant has him in a ruler form, and that one's not a psycho either. So, like, it's only the one that was summoned in Zero that's an absolute nut. Something is wrong with that summoning in particular. But actually, there is possibly a reason
It happened to cause you to be like that.
there is a possible canonical reason. So we know
Even Kid Gil is bearable.
yeah, I need to watch more Prisma Ilia. Because I saw I finished the season that actually showed Kid Gil. But apparently he sticks around for longer, so I need to watch the OVAs for that season, and I need to watch the season afterwards. But so the thing with servants when they're summoned, they always have like some sort of connecting factor with their master that makes them inherently compatible. And often, and we see this in Samurai Revenant too, as fucked as those summonings are, where the summoning of the servant is actually the servant itself that's summoned can be influenced by the master who summoned him. So some of them can even end up in some sort of twisted form, just like the Jean that appears in Samurai Revenant's kind of messed up. She's technically not alter, but she still has the colorations and attitude of one because of how fucked her master's mindset was. So I'm thinking, Rin, I don't know much about your dad, but he might be fucked.
Ren's old man was an asshole for
Sure. Yeah, I haven't seen Zero like in its actuality. I saw the abridged series. That's how I consumed the show because I'm a bit squeamish. So like, Rin, your dad might be the problem.
Hey, Loki might have been fucked in the
head. Okay, so I think that might have been what happened then. Because Jesus Christ. I'm glad we figured out this mystery today.
In that case, I'll go ahead and designate a good place for you all to get together. Here, why don't you bring these drinks and snacks as a little souvenir? Okay, have fun.
At least the reason Sakura's with the Mato family.
Yeah, I didn't even know for a while that Sakura had been adopted by the Matos. Or, well, actually, I knew that she was adopted, but I didn't know that she was Rin's sister. I'm sure I wasn't expecting the secretary to call us all here all of a sudden. She said something about additional rewards, and that were delicacies at that.
She was right. I have here fine selections of alcohol, refreshment, and fruit. Not to mention tobacco.
Whoa, there's even hookah supplies. I think I'll take those if no one else minds. Oh, and I'll stick to tea since I can't drink alcohol. Does smoking even affect you guys? I've asked this with drugs regarding homes. Does that even affect servants? But I can and I will.
Well, everyone, once again, here's to a job well done. Charles the Great was tremendously pleased.
Whoa! Honestly, still doesn't feel entirely real. Yeah. Zangshu was dead, right?
Yes, I've been sure of it myself. His spirit ocean vanished completely. However, he's going to return. Or rather, there's a possibility another one of him is waiting in the wings.
What?
Zhengzhu became incredibly flustered when I asked him if he really was who he thought he was. He would only respond in this way if his personal sense of self was extremely ill-defined. I believe that lack of self was a consequence of him being an imposter of some sort, which is why I asked him that question.
Really? I mean, sure as hell seems strong enough to be the real deal.
Indeed he did, abnormally so. Enough that it left me uncertain as to whether it truly was him in the first place. However, whether that abnormally strong version was the only Zhengzhu to exist is, yet, unclear. There could be several of them, much like the yellow turban puppets he commanded. I'm merely speculating at this stage, though.
Got a feeling you're probably not wrong. Well, who cares? As long as he's gone, and hey, if he comes back, we just assassinate him again. More importantly, we should be celebrating, doing a bit of enhancing our team's bonds, if you ask me. You're really into this whole teams and bonding thing, huh? That's what you need to fight as part of a unit. Good who got that. Maybe bad for my health, but that's not something I have to worry about, so life is good. Well, hey, we are servants. I'm glad Medusa was really suited to be Sakura's servant. See, I don't know much about Medusa personality and anything aside from FGO. So, I don't know. She does seem very reserved. Which I kind of get, considering her history. Well, hey, we are servants. What if there was a human here? Huh? What do you mean? Like, would they be torn limb from limb or something? Oh, now I get it. I mean, torn limb from limb, huh? Of course not! That almost happened to you at one of your summonings. Damn, what kind of monstrous servants were they? Huh? They were fairies? Fairies, you say? I heard rumors about them, but I don't know much about what they're actually like.
The fairies themselves weren't especially dangerous. Anything, they're more like warped imitations of human nature.
All that aside, I can't say that too loudly, but I don't think having humans around would be all that big of a deal. Especially not now, when we're mostly focused on trying to take down the other two realms.
Incidentally, we ended up here in the Righteous Realm through fairly conventional means. But what about you two? What do you think of the other realms?
Just that they're the nations we need to defeat. I lost a lot of friends in our battle against them. Same goes for them as well. Won't be a peaceful reconciliation in all this. Two of the realms will either surrender everything or be completely destroyed. There's no middle ground here.
I see. So you find out more of a sense of duty than hatred.
Something like that, though it's all still barely feels real to me. Look at Anna. Look at
and look at the Gorgon, then mash them together, and you got Face Day Night Medusa, because I'm pretty sure each version of the Serpent's history is different. I mean, they're all like the same thing, just different points of their aspects or points in time, but I get what you mean. I get what you mean. So basically a threatening force, but still rather reserved most of the time. I get it. The revenge realm feels especially icky to me. The reinstatement realm, well,
What about it?
what was their big cheese again? What's his face? Constantine?
That's right, Constantine the 11th.
Kinda hate his guts.
Do you know? That's something of a surprise to hear. In the history of rulers, he's well known for being neither a tyrant nor a fool. I cannot speak to how strong he is as a servant. To the king of a realm, I expect he has a holy grail backing him up. So why do you detest him so?
I guess it's the way he's so high on his own righteousness. And don't get me wrong, I don't want my country to be a den of bribery and lawlessness either. And I also can't relax in places where everything's too perfect, you know?
I see. You make a good point. Given the reinstatement realm's goal, they have a vested interest in upholding righteousness and responsibility.
What goal is that?
Constantine seeks retribution on proper human history for refusing to let a certain woman exist.
Who's that?
Pope Johanna. I believe Constantine wishes to rebel against proper human history so he can make her existence known throughout the world.
Johanna. I think that name sounds familiar, but I can't place it. Who's that?
A female pope. It was once believed that she existed, but later proven definitively that she did not. A very rare being indeed. Rogue spirits myself, included, contain mystics by definition. With our existences ascribed upon proper human history, how much of our real past is included and how much of it is fantasy? Of course, some heroic spirits such as nursery rhyme are pulled solely from stories. Others, such as myself and Mr. Jekyll, come from stories that are heavily based on reality. At times, myths and legends are formed by going back to the past. Though, of course, most such myths come from reality when the age of gods was still in effect. As a prime example, take the 12 Olympians who were real beings. By the way, they were robots.
What? Wait, you mean those gods actually existed? Man, you really know everything, don't you, detective?
At any rate, for most heroic spirits, reality and fantasy mean very little. But Johanna is not like most heroic spirits. As she was said to be the Pope, veracity of her existence was examined quite thoroughly, and claims of her having been real were flatly refuted.
I guess I do kind of feel bad for her. But that doesn't explain why Constantine would want to reinstate her.
You've touched on the question of why the reinstatement realm was doing what they are. The answer remains a mystery.
Maybe he just has a hots for her. Be more crass. I know, frankly, it sounds like a popeless endeavor to me. That was pretty good. Thanks, I've been practicing improv.
Regardless, it's not a matter over which we need to be terribly concerned. Our focus now must be on standing against them.
I'm sure, but it doesn't look like we'll be fighting the reinstatement realm anytime soon. True, especially since our current plan is to whittle away at the revenge realm forces. Anyways, that's enough talking shop. The alcohol won't drink itself. Agreed. Not that I'm gonna drink any. Here, check this out. Use shady looking Taoist medicine. Add this alcohol before you drink it. Yeah. You get really, really drunk. Woo! She's not playing around, is she? Daddy, I really, really hope I can see you again. Jufu. Jufu's gone now.
Maybe start by having a Yume Rin that can actually take advantage of your arts buffs. Seriously. One's Buster, one's Quick, and your arts. Either get a Quick or Buster part of your kit to help her, or get a Yume Rin that has arts. Because, like, the one extra bonus you have for her isn't enough.
Look at you.
I'm shouting her name here because I can't keep my love for her bottled up anymore. But don't tell anyone else, okay?
I have bad news for you.
Oh, what?
She's in love with a centaur. Robot.
No! I've lost to robotic horse dick.
Yeah, don't you just hate it when that happens?
Holmes, don't act like that's a common thing to lose to.
I'm just trying to lighten the mood.
Ah, Lady You, why are you so beautiful? You're a flower blooming in a desert. Blah, 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 blah.
This Nobukatsu is able to completely help his sister. Yeah, Nobukatsu's literally designed down to every part of him to assist his Nobunaga units. Because they're all Buster, and they can all take advantage of what he has to offer. Nobukatsu, please don't die. Nobukatsu, I'll fucking do it again.
Did someone say die?
Noble Phantasm!
17th verse, same as the first.
Enough already! I think we may say this without any sacrifice. It's in unit.
I can't believe she's been singing this for an hour straight. Who was it that got her drunk again?
Arash, don't die this time! Stella! At least with Arash, you can technically give him guts. But I think Nobukatsu needs to completely die to trigger their thing. I don't think guts can be allowed if you want to trigger the buff. But the Arash, Gus, it's fair game. It's fair game with Gong as well, actually. Gotta say, saving that boy. Well, what I mean is, like, even if it kills him and pops, I don't think it's going to give the on-death effect. I think he needs to completely die for it. Unlike Arash and Gong. Alright, she did it herself. Well, nothing much we can do about it.
Yeah, that's all I got.
And Jufu's down.
Zzz. I'd say it's a good sign. It's about time to call it a night.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's why I said guts ain't saving him. No, he needs that buff. I just imagine a Venture Nobu, like, third state, just grabbing Nobukatsu by their head and give me the buff, damn it! Just fucking dunking them like a fucking football, all in a touchdown. Maybe just put a blanket over her first.
Thanks. Well, it's been grand. If we don't get to work together again soon, take care.
And same to you.
Really, he's a good guy, isn't he? It'd be a shame when he dies.
Indeed. enough that it truly pains me we need to lie to him. The war's about to get much more serious. Charles the Great will of course need to come to the front lines himself.
Too bad he's an NPC. I wish so hard that they'd let us have the generic servants as like 1-star units. Let us have it. Hand them over.
You will have to be brave and work very hard if we're to navigate the tightrope of a situation. And with any success. Though, of course, it's also possible the situation's about to take a sudden, potentially dramatic turn.
I'll even take 0-star like fucking Angramayu. You know some crazy motherfucker will grail him though.
That's all, my queen.
They got Zhang Zhu, did they? Well, no matter.
You're not upset, my queen? Without Vice Commander Zhang Zhu leading us, I don't know how.
He's still here. Come out, Zhang Zhu.
Was I dead?
Looks that way, poor thing.
How?
Either some sort of cloning technique or a noble phantom with a similar effect. I don't care. The point is, Zhang Zhu's still here. Isn't that enough?
Yes, my queen. Now, what was I doing again?
A pity this technique, or whatever it is, doesn't allow you to retain your other self's memories. Here, you left this for yourself in case something like this happened.
This is just a shopping list. For an omelet.
Look, I didn't write it, you did.
I see. Looks as though I suffered quite a painful defeat.
Indeed. I know that doesn't actually change anything important. But I can't abide the thought of them believing they can trifle with us and escape retribution.
Shall we retaliate in full force, then?
Yes. We'll follow the Queen's
Bean. Hi. Welcome to the stream, Nevermore. Or wait, no, you wanted Cinder. Never mind. My bad. Welcome. We're doing Fake Grand Order today.
Yes, we'll follow the Reinstatement Realm's lead.
Oh, might I ask why?
Call me whatever, I don't know. I don't care. My memory's very poor. I just scan a name and kind of look for anything that is unique enough that I can remember. And then I'll promptly forget. My memory is awful. This is why I'm very bad when people change names or how they're referred to. They get a new title. Or this one always throws me for a loop. When someone in Discord changes their profile picture. I am awful at this. I'm a failure at social interaction.
Oh, might I ask why?
The Reinstatement Realm's preparing to attack the Righteous Realm. It's obvious from the way they're organizing their army.
Wah wah.
So, they're not coming.
So they're not coming after us.
No, it seems Constantine understands he needs to take a risk. If his nobles will cause his ever to triumph over our wicked one. Anyways, welcome to the stream, Cinder. Glad you could swing on in. What brings you around today?
Johanna,
Yes?
it's not that I don't believe in you. I do, but let me go over it again, just to make sure I understand correctly. Was this something told to you in no uncertain terms, or was it more ambiguous in nature?
The latter. I received a divine revelation, which I then passed on to you all, that's all. I'm afraid I can't explain it or offer any logical insight. Can't even be sure it wasn't entirely false.
But you heard it all the same, yes?
I did. It said, if you fight the righteous realm, your victory is assured. Let you decide whether to believe it or not.
Bradamante,
Yes, Your Imperial Majesty?
what do you make of Johanna's revelation? Do you think we can defeat Charles the Great?
I do. I believe that Charles the Great's ruling the righteous realm is either an imposter, or that his real capabilities are somehow sealed away.
Why do you believe that?
Because he never showed himself during that operation. Charles the Great I know would have never be that cautious.
You think? If I were in his position, I think I'd take every precaution I could, and then some.
And he had been summoned to run a nation, then yes, I could see that. But he'd never act so timidly if he had been summoned here to win a Holy Grail war. He was always the sort to lead from the front, no matter the circumstances.
And what about his 2 knights, Roland and Astolphos? There are the reasons we believe the righteous realm's Charles the Great is who he claims to be. Why would the 2 of his 12 paladins knowingly prop up an impostor?
You have it backwards. Propping up an impostor is exactly the kind of thing those 2 would do. We paladins always strive to live our lives according to our chivalric principles. And one of these principles is to always do what we believe is right, even if it means acting dishonorably. And while we're on the subject, even if the real Charles the Great was there, if someone else was claiming to be him and he felt it was for a good reason, he wouldn't have a problem with it. He was just like that.
I see. That just leaves one last factor. According to Moriarty, Chaldea is currently hiding out in the righteous realm, and they can't possibly have the manpower to spare to send troops to the revenge realm as well. It seems a time to settle things. Bradamante, assemble our top officers. We're going to march in the righteous realm right away. Don't look so surprised. I know very well I'm taking a major risk. But even so, we need to bring the fight to the righteous realm, and we must do so now. The revenge realm has just lost Zhifu, or wrong name, Zhangzhou. I lost a number of troops in battle against the righteous realm. This is the best, if not the only chance for us to strike. We need to take the righteous realm out now before they can grow any stronger. Is that clear, Johanna?
I have one request. Take me with you.
But Lady
Johanna, that'd be... I can't stay here alone doing nothing but praying. If you're going to take this risk, we should bet everything we have on it. I don't want to just sit here, safe and useless, waiting to see what happens. Be alright, I'm a servant too.
Alright, but I insist you stick to providing support from the rear.
Of course. I would never make trouble by trying to do something like fight on the front lines.
That's fine. I'll stick to the front lines, you to the rear. This should be our first great battle since the foundation of our realm. Let's go make sure we win it.
Agreed. I'll go summon the officers right now.
Doom, doom, doom. The winds of change have begun to blow. On this day, the reinstatement realm began working relentlessly to break free the stalemate with the neighboring realms. Even if the other realms were to learn of their plans, they'd be powerless to stop the reinstatement realm from rolling to battle. What more, Constantine the 11th has another trick up his sleeve. A plan to drag Charles the Great himself onto the battlefield, whether he was an impostor or not. It was a very simple plan, but that very simplicity made it impossible to counter. Few days after Zhang Zhu's assassination. Pardon me. What's this about the situation having suddenly changed?
Yeah, what happened?
Here, take a look at this.
A manifesto. I see. So the reinstatement realms openly declaring war against us, as well as requesting an audience with Charles the Great. Quite the bold tactic. I take it this is Constantine's way of trying to drag Charles the Great onto the battlefield.
That's right. We received this manifesto from the New Statement Realm soldiers during our skirmishes with them over the last few days. Needless to say, all the other servants in the Reichswehr know about it as well.
I see. They have no choice but to go to the battlefield in response.
They don't?
In no way someone as led there as Charles the Great wouldn't defend his honor even when acting a little illogically. A hero can't get escape that need. Or a hero like that can't get
What? A hero like that can't get escape that need. There has to be a typo in here. Let's find it. What word needs to be replaced with another? Hero like that can't get probably needs to be just. That's probably it.
and just escape that need.
What do you think, Count Vlad? I'd like to hear your opinion as well.
We cannot ignore this manifesto. Our next battle at the reinstatement realm being all out war. We cannot even depend on our natural defenses to aid us here. Not when our opponent has designated a particular battlefield.
Can't we negotiate for a battlefield more advantageous to us?
Quite so. If we cannot fight here, where we have the greatest advantage, I'd like to avoid a direct clash on an open field.
All that aside, I'm impressed at the manifesto's construction. Whoever wrote it has done a tremendous amount of conveying both passion and level-headedness. It's exactly the correct way to strike at our pride and bring to us the great subjects, and so force them onto the field. Now that you mention it, there's been some rumors going around about Charles the Great being an imposter. Yes, they're aware. I've told the assassins to try and keep them in check. But the rumors have a way of spreading, especially explosive ones like these.
It's the reinstatement realm. They're taking the fight to us on all fronts.
So, does that mean I need to go to the front lines?
We'll need to hide your appearance, of course. If we do not, the other servants will immediately recognize you as a knight, not an emperor.
I'm planning to put a curtain around his carriage, just like we do on the throne. As long as we're wary of assassination attempts when we go to the front lines, I think it should be a reasonable solution.
That would be fine. The problem is, who should we send there?
Isn't it just gonna be Don Quixote?
What do you think?
I don't think me being there is a good idea. Just thinking about being on the battlefield makes my voice quiver. It would only be a matter of time until I did something strange. I don't think I could handle it, even with Sancho there. I'm no longer capable of fighting on a real battlefield. Oh, sad.
Then someone else will need to take his place.
I'm afraid neither myself or Staphos nor Roland would be suitable. Our army already knows me as Sir Daniel. There are, of course, to look into Staphos and Roland as well.
Maybe Holmes could do it.
True, my face isn't nearly as well known as yours. And as I could fool them further if I were to employ a disguised noble phantasm. But I would also need to demonstrate my abilities as Charles the Great, and that my noble phantasm might not be able to manage.
So then, that leaves.
Miss Tiramisu, I know short notice. Would you take on the role of Charles the Great?
That's a big ask.
Whoa, hold on. You want to make Tiramisu into Charles the Great? Do you think that's a tall order?
It would be a tall order regardless if we plays the part, and a dangerous one at that. Or a dangerous one as well. There will doubtless be servants who attempt to kill Charles the Great. But as Tabasu has ways of protecting herself against other servants. Her summons. Precisely. Our master can use simple summons to call out other servants to fight for her at a moment's notice. What more, she has amply proven her ability to command a multitude of heroes across all singularities and lost belts. Even if the enemy should take her by surprise, she should be perfectly capable of responding in turn.
Yeah, alright. I guess if we can pull a good servant out of her hat that might not be totally crazy.
By all lights, it should be my job to keep master from harm, but even if I had not lost my power, commanding the army would still require my full attention. Still, I could assign thousands of servants to protect you if you were to oppose Charles the Great. The risk of to be sure. But overall, this plan does seem as though it could work.
That what happens, Damus, you can't do it for whatever reason.
In that scenario, I should just have to play the part myself. My disguised noble phantasm should help with that.
But then if you did that, Damus would still be staying close to you the whole time anyways, right?
Indeed she would. As I am presently a Chaldean servant, I cannot very well leave my master's side and go off on my own.
So basically, it almost doesn't matter which of you does this.
Correct.
Oh, enough of this. That's how it is. Then we better off just making Tamus the new Charles the Great and have it done with it. That way, the other 7 be far more likely to protect you than they would if you were just another attendant.
We have another possible situation we'd like to recommend.
Oh,
What if we just ran away? Ran away? Us?
Good one, Lady Sancho. You're not kidding.
We may not be able to run away, but the Chaldeans can. And perhaps they should.
Running away, huh? Well, I suppose that is an option.
No way.
Come now. What is really the way to go about this?
this is indeed an option, but taking it would only make the situation worse. We cannot allow a large singularity like this to inscribe itself in human history. And it's just as much of a threat to humanity as the 7 singularities, the 6 lost belts, and even unusual singularities such as Hienkyo and Tunguska.
If only we could reason with them.
Alright, Master. From here on out, you will play the role of Charles the Great.
I prepared a costume for you right away. Sir, you can be one of our Imperial Guards.
Oh, a promotion!
Oh, you mean demotion?
We have plenty of ways to change your voice. All you need to do is learn the gestures you need to make as a silhouette.
I'll start formulating a strategy for the battle right away. Roland, come with me.
Yes, sir.
Stalfos, I want you and Don Quixote to stay by my master's side. We'll be ready to fly into battle on your hippogriff at a moment's notice. You'll be our commando unit for this operation.
Aye, aye, sir. I'll do my very best.
That is these negotiations for the battlefield. Sancho, Holmes, I'd like you two to handle that. The reinstatement realm is designated a wide open plain within the territory as their preferred site. Do what you can to keep us away from such a place. I think we can manage that. This is a classic negotiation tactic of door-in-the-face variety.
Door in the face, huh?
What do you mean? You don't know about his Stoffels?
No, I don't. You mean you do, Roland?
Of course I do. Holmes, would you mind explaining it to him?
Oh, come on. You have no idea either, do you?
It's when you open negotiations that a man you know will be rejected, and then work down to a more realistic but still advantageous one. People have made use of it since time immemorial. It's just like when merchants use impossibly high prices on certain items to make a slash price look reasonable.
Oh, now I get it. I've been ripped off like a bunch of times.
Why am I not surprised?
Hey, I don't like haggling. Makes me feel guilty.
I suspect the site Constantine actually wants. There's an open field near the border between the realms that gives them a slight advantage over us. And the site I know that best fits that criteria is the plains of Annie right here. Through fire on the reinstatement realm side is where I want to fight the battle. And from our perspective, it looks like a much better choice than the initial proposal. Well, it suited them. Must be their true aim. I can't decide whether to load them for their cunning or praise them for their effort.
I'll do my best to find compromise for a location that give us an advantage.
Let me choose a few possible sites now. Depending on the situation, I may join you for the negotiations as well.
All right, let's do this.
Winds of change had begun to blow. Both the righteous realm and Kildaya were feeling the waves of history crashing down upon them. The singularity, almost imperceptibly small on a global scale, was on the verge of rocking the foundations of history itself. Heroes blazed for their virtue, anti-heroes derided as monsters. Heroes who had slain hundreds of people, anti-heroes who had protected thousands. Here there would be nothing more than try to kill one another. One could argue, in a sense, that singularity brought equality to the world. With no national or racial difference to drive them apart, they are united in the desire to rebel against proper human history. And so, even as they turned a blind eye to the futility of their bloodshed, willingly embraced it. These men and women, all known to be heroes, remain locked in vicious combat with no end in sight.
I'm surprised the righteous realm sent you here as their messenger.
It is because I no longer have my servant power. We agreed that making me a fitting choice for an envoy, last emperor of Rome.
I'm not so sure. We know you're the one who's whipped the righteous realm's army into shape. Taking you captive may not quite have their strength. But it would certainly be painful loss now.
You're thinking too small, Emperor. Perhaps you were just curious how it would react. Never have come here first words about being taken prisoner. My army's training's complete. I have absolute faith in their performance, no matter who leads them. Besides, arming me now would be a stain upon the reinstatement realm's reputation.
What if I decided I no longer care about keeping up appearances?
Such attitudes can only be indulged up to a point. You have no choice to let me return simply by virtue of who you are. Of course, things would be very different if the revenge realm did not exist.
Right on all accounts. Very well then, enough of this pretense. I've been told you wish to designate Serum for our battlefield, rather than the plains of Annie that connect our two realms.
That's right. Did we not already say as much in writing? Surely you've been given it consideration by now. Any further time spent thinking about it would be wasted. The fact is, these negotiations were a foregone conclusion the moment you agreed to my visit.
You argue your case quite elegantly, Dracul. Or were you perhaps told what to say ahead of time?
Indeed I was. Well, I could have handled these negotiations myself. Why do so when there's more expert counsel to follow? On Constantine turned the answer quest over in his mind. The righteous realm's choice of Syria came as a surprise to the reinstatement realm's servants in charge of military strategy. They all knew the righteous realm would never agree to fight in the plains of Annie. But they also expected the righteous realm would want to hold battle in their own territory, where they enjoyed strong natural defenses. If they had, Constantine's advisors would have agreed to those terms. Such a cowardly choice of venue would give the credence to the rumors that Charles the Great was in fact an impostor. With the accompanied boost to his soldiers' morale, their experience and a good strategy, Constantine's advisors were confident in their chances of victory. Instead, the righteous realm had designated a few within reinstatement realm territory. Of course, a few would not provide the reinstatement realm an opportunity to crush them under the sheer weight of numbers. No, Syrian was one of the numerous abandoned towns on the border between realms. A town full of weathered, castor-made buildings and bounded fields that no longer serve their original purpose. As soon as our town was suggested as a possible battlefield, Constantine sent scouts to survey it. But by then, it was already too late.
What the?
An imposing fortress now stood in place of the once abandoned town. Perhaps casters had constructed in an instant, or maybe golems and servants had built it by hand. Erecting a castle overnight was an unusual feat for a servant, but by no means an impossible one. His suspicions growing, Constantine then sent out servants to investigate the remains of the other border towns, and found himself goggling at the reports. Towns that were once debris and rubble now play home to heavily fortified castles. Strongholds across the border were staffed with an astonishing number of scouts. Constantine had been hoping to face the righteous realms on their own land. He knew their abandoned home. They added hardships would raise his servants' morale. It conveyed the impression that his opponent's rulers, Charles the Great, was an imposter. Together, those two factors would ultimately lead to the reinstatement realm to victory. At least, that's what Constantine had thought. Of course, if Charles the Great proved not to be an imposter, the entire strategy would go right out the window. This is why Constantine told no one his suspicions regarding Charles the Great's identity beyond a small handful of his most trusted officials. Officers, regardless, he had no choice but to agree to his opponent's terms. The righteous realm had chosen to hold the battle and reinstatement realm at hand. Even they had already completed their fortifications and were fully prepared to engage in reinstatement realm forces. It would seem to be an outsider's observer that the reinstatement realm had bravely chosen to make a stand in hostile territory. Were word to spread that Charles the Great had launched an invasion on the realm rather than the reverse as intended, the effect on morale would be disastrous.
It seems you may have thus bested in terms of preparing for battle.
Do you think our tactics cowardly?
Not at all. Very well then. We shall see you in Syria. We shall meet you on the field and best you with sheer might. Yes, Your Imperial Majesty? Escort our guest to the border. Treat him with the utmost care. Also get his autograph. Understood. This way, sir, our boy.
Thank you, O great Emperor. As one who hails in the same time as yourself, it will be an honor to face you in battle.
And not fight for honor. Next time we meet, you will receive no mercy from me.
Perfect. I was just thinking the same.
By the way, how is Charles the Great? I trust everything's well with him.
Oh, I don't know if I'd say that. Just now he's likely going out of his mind trying to decide the way at the war.
Oh?
When next we meet the great Emperor, it shall be on the field of battle.
Do they think war is a fashion show? Phew. Going around without a single serum for protection is even more nerve-wracking than I thought.
Kodak, why are you going back to Fort Azagwak?
It's a good bet that no one's gonna bother us there now that it's been destroyed, right? Especially since Kriemhild's army is likely focusing all their attention on the battle between the righteous and reinstatement realms. It looks like I was right. Barely seen any enemies so far.
What I mean is...
Because there's still something there.
Huh?
Holmes said the same thing, remember? That fortress Feng Shui wasn't meant to keep Zhang Zhu safe. He wanted to protect something. I wanted to find out what that is. I think that's why Gordov signed off on the solo mission. He knows there's still something there too.
But going there all alone, it's just...
I'll be fine.
Huh?
Just a hunch, but I get the sense I'm still not alone. So I'm just gonna go there and see what I can find and head back. I'll be fine.
Just don't forget to check in regularly.
I know, believe me. I don't want you using this collar off me.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm just worried about you. Something wrong?
Nah, it's nothing. I'm surprised at how, well, human you sounded.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, your emotions are a lot easier to read now.
You're always like that, and I just didn't realize. Again, maybe you changed after meeting Tiramisu. I mean, she's nothing if not laid back. That's true. We traveled a lot together. I'm humans, so I feel like I need to do what I can to grow and change in the right way.
Me? I haven't changed at all. I'm the same guy I was when I got assigned to Team A. Same guy I was when I betrayed proper human history. I'm just afraid to die. So I'll do whatever it takes to survive, even if it means going against your master. The girl who saved the whole damn world. Betrayal after betrayal. Here I am. Humiliated, but still alive.
Kodak, I know what you and the other cryptors went through. I won't say you didn't have any other choice, but that doesn't mean you have to.
Don't worry about me. I'm just getting angsty.
Angsty?
Yeah, believe me, I'd rather accept death I never accept death as long as there's any other option. And I promise as much. Anyways, still half a day to go to the fort, huh? How's the war shaping up?
Well, there's been some good news. The reinstatement realm agreed to our choice of battlefield.
Yeah? I guess all that's left now is to fight.
Right. Oh, and also...
Hmm?
Well, you see Masters, actually.
It's so imperial. Why don't I have this as a mystic code?
But of course, it's supposed to be Charles the Great, so I decided to go with 3 G's. Gold, gorgeous, and glorious. So if you want things, no particular reason they went with G words.
There isn't.
There isn't.
Alright, time when the real Charles the Knight's laughing at you. Great, just what every emperor wants to hear. People laughing at how ridiculous they look.
It'll be okay. You need a good, constant aura like this.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Totally fine. Probably. Maybe.
I'm so glad I got demoted to Imperial Bodyguard.
You should change back to your golden armor too, sir.
Really? Don't you think it's a bit flashy for a country bumpkin of a knight like me?
Not at all, sir. You're Imperial Bodyguard now, so you need to look the part. Now go on, get changed.
Alright.
Ta-da! Now that's gorgeous.
And golden.
You think so? You know, I do feel more like an Imperial Bodyguard now that I'm wearing these.
What a sight. Seeing both you dress so dazzlingly.
Time you gonna stand out too much on the battlefield?
It'll be fine, since we're going to have them both stay inside the curtain.
Oh yeah, good point.
Oh, your new outfit suits you buff well.
You really think so?
Yes, you look ridiculous.
Okay, if no one else say it, I will. You both look ridiculous.
I wouldn't go that far.
I love it. They're hilarious. That's what every emperor wants to hear.
Now then, to business. We're fortunate, Darth, and we agreed to our choice of location for the battle.
Yeah, they're still stacked against us in pretty much every other sense, though.
Indeed, once again, the loss of my servant's power is a heavy blow. But there's nothing to be gained from mourning what is lost. I simply do what I must, as best I can.
Our soldiers are all at their stations, Count Blind.
Good.
Oh, if it isn't Charles the Great. Hey there, Chuck. Verily, 'tis I, Charles the Great. You're gonna be just fine if you're cracking jokes like that.
Master, would you take that outfit off for now?
Something wrong?
This the town where we face off against the reinstatement. It's been round. It'd be wise for my master to survey the area and get a sense of the place. Roland, would you show her around? I would do it myself, but I don't wish to draw undue attention.
You got it. All right, Master, let's get going, shall we? Yes, sir. We need a bounded field around this armory. Got it. Stop making a multi-layered bounded field now. We need more enhanced explosive great bolts. They here yet?
I have a message from the production team about that. They said, shut up, we're making them as fast as we can.
Want to say that in my face?
I was just passing on what they said. Don't shoot the messenger.
Oh, nice job, Berserker. Just put that giant tree down from the gate.
Out of my way! Here, Lancer, we just got more supplies.
Great, now we need to arrange everything so we have a clear 360 view from the building. All right, servants, get to work. Okay, get all this stuff inside. Put your backs into it. Everyone's so fired up. Well, the big battle's coming up pretty soon, so... You know.
All right, my guess is assassin.
Tamasu, is that you? That voice.
Oh, no, it's Titan.
Hey, guess who?
Huh?
Where'd Roland go? Looks like he ran off that way. Anywho, I guess I ended up following you here without even realizing what I was doing. So you're about to settle things with one of the other realms, huh?
Yep.
Constantine, huh? Sure didn't expect you to go on the offensive. Do you know him? Oh no, just his reputation. Constantine, the last emperor of the Byzantine Empire, or the Eastern Roman Empire. The man who kept Constantinople safe, only to end up fighting and falling in battle all alone. Now he's an emperor rebelling against proper human history. Can we beat him? Good question. Honestly, I put your chances of victory at 4 to 6. No, make that 3 to 7. Not looking great. But now that things are in motion, you just gotta go through with it no matter what. Can't waste time worrying while you're in the thick of it. If you see a pitfall ahead, the easiest way to jump over it is with a running start, right? Of course, sometimes the hole's just too big to do anything about. As for me, I'm afraid I'm still as useless as ever. Sorry I can't help. I hope you don't mind too much. I'm just glad you're here. I see. I'm glad I've somehow stayed alive so far. Alright, I got something for you to pass on to Count Vlad and Sherlock Holmes. What I've seen, the reinstatement realms really means business. My bet is that it means Pope Johanna will be showing up too. Her presence will be a huge morale boost for the reinstatement realm troops. So watch out for that. Got it. Okay, I'm gonna get going. See you later, comrade. Do you know that guy? He goes by Satan. Satan, huh? Anyways, you're probably wondering why I ran off like that. I can't really explain. I just suddenly got the sense it'd be best if I kept my distance. Oh well, enough of that. I'm gonna keep looking around, make sure everything's in good shape.
Welcome back, Master. Something on your mind?
Juju's having a rough time. Stupid talismans. All I've been doing this whole time is writing talismans, writing more talismans, writing even more talismans. It's endless.
That does sound difficult. What about the town? How do things look there?
Well, depends all I view the place. Definitely looking more like a fortress than a town now.
Indeed. We've a great many large weapons designed to be effective even against servants. I admit, I'm not very knowledgeable about when it comes to war in general, much less siege battles. But I can certainly understand that this fortress is as heavily fortified as we can make it.
Yeah, but those defenses will still only hold against phantom spirits or servants without noble phantasms. Honestly, I could break through them myself if I really wanted to.
But we certainly don't have the numbers on our side. The enemy army is 8,000 strong, with about 100 heroic spirits, whereas ours is 5,500, including heroic spirits. Well, the question is, can the city's defenses hold out well enough to make up for our numbers disadvantage? Or will our opponent break through these defenses, servants and all? I'm afraid it's impossible to say at this point. Fortunately, we have options open to us beyond just sitting and praying.
Oh, like what?
As I say, Mr. Astolfos, know thy enemy. Who's our opponent? How and in what way will they act? 8,000 is certainly an imposing number, but functionally, they are a siege army with a single will. I am therefore able to better deduce their likely actions and motivations.
Sweet, that sounds promising. It reminds me, I have a mess for you, Holmes.
So Johanna will be coming as well. I can see the sense in that. Given her pain, her ideals, and the importance of this battle, I say her proactive involvement in her realm's military is all but assured.
Why would Johanna come?
I suspect she feels responsible.
Are you winning, son? So far, so good. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad you could swing on in.
She has no wish to rebel against proper human history, nor has her master inscribed her in her the urge to do so. She's a perfectly ordinary servant from proper human history.
Huh? My sins are many. People dying is a sad and terrible thing. People living is a noble, beautiful thing. To take the life of another is one of the most sinful things one can do. Does that sin fall upon my shoulders? I'm a fictional person. Because I'm suffering from these really hard advanced quests. Yeah, I did a couple 2 days ago just to try and get all the bone related CEs, and then I found out after I did it, it was like we're still short one advanced quest for the bone one to complete it. I'm like, son of a bitch. Cause that Nobunaga one wasn't fucking around. I managed to get it first try, but we were cutting that one close. Thanks, Summer Kiara. You absolute champ. First couple ones are easy, but damn. Yeah. That's how they get you. I think it's so that you at least have one CE to make it a bit easier for your grinding, but they make you work to max limit break it. Gonna put you through the ringer. Fictional person. That stake CE was insane. I haven't done that many. I did a few of the early ones. I've done a couple of others, but not many. So you'll probably have to tell me which one that you were having an exceptionally difficult time with. Fictional person, character made of dreams, delusions, hope, and despair. Am I responsible if these concepts lead to people's deaths? Should I be? Of course I should. I am the cause of death and injury, even if indirectly. Even so, there's no denying that in the texture of reality, I am a being defined by its insubstantiality. My dreams, my entire life was false. The zombie horde one? I don't remember that one. Maybe I might have lost that one. 'Cause that sounds familiar, like I've attempted it, but I don't remember. Feels though anything about me is being rejected and tossed aside. And I might have only tried it on one account, but I'll have to double check it. Now it's unfair for me to vent my frustrations like this. Even so, I just couldn't see any other way to quell the anger raging inside me.
Johanna.
I'm ready. Let's go to war. Take the hand extended to me and set off for the battlefield. Though I feel the weight of my sins, though I know one day I shall burn for my crimes, I am about to wage war. Alright, let's take a moment. One of the infection debuff mechanic. I may or may not have done it in this account, but let's see. Zombies. It'd be a steak thing. Zombies. Thriller time again. Near bottom? I definitely haven't done it yet. Yeah, I did this one on my main just 2 days ago, as well as the Uberaki one. Oh man, that means I gotta do it again on this count. Oh, this is gonna be rough. Dead Hazard. I have not attempted this one before. Sounds horrendous already if you're having issues. 6 waves. What's the infection debuff do? If he gets aided, then the character dies. Oh, something like that? Sounds like a pain. I'm guessing if they kill them, they get the infection, or is it if they get attacked by them, they get the infection? Is it a boxed ordeal? Or can you cleanse it? I know Queen Skaya's Beast Fight was on, and it's unremovable. Yeah, I know Queen Skaya's Beast Fight was on some of that shit. Also ads? Okay, I'll wait. Your turn? Okay. So I know Queen Skaya's Beast Fight was on some of that shit. Or no, it wasn't Queen Skaya. It was Final Boss Doman. That was it. He was on some of that shit. Anyways, before we plunge into battle, I gotta pee real quick. BRB. All right, I'm back. Let me just get resettled here. All right, let's do this. Oh, hi there, Mud. Should I rethink my setup? Probably. This being a story fight, I should probably have it more tuned for an actual fight, and not just loop and bond farming. Let's see. What can I replace for it? Yeah, I think this one. Alright, so first up, we'll start with you. We still want some solid hitters, but we're going to try and diversify what we got going on. You know what? Back up. And we'll still try this particular setup. But have the second stringers be someone else. Let's first give you guys something here. Give you Ocean Flyer. We of course want to give you Maiden Halloween. Alright, then to back that up, let's have just in case I have to throw down with Johanna in this fight, let's bring Summer Kama. Let's have Anchor Mash. Actually, no will be better than Musashi there. I think will be. So we're gonna put Fragment 2030. We're really close there, so won't be wasting anything by doing this. And that means we can equip Apex. Unless we want to put on this or this. What's the difference? 10%. But we don't have the overcharge. I guess that's fine. As for you, let's go ahead and give you this. All right. Let's do this. Incoming message. Constantine's army just got like 8,000 soldiers. Count 3,000 in the vanguard, 3,000 in the middle, and 2,000 in the rear guard. Constantine himself has been spotted in the vanguard.
Really, the Emperor himself plans on leading the charge.
Unlikely. He's most probably there to wage a war of words with our own Charles the Great.
What are we gonna do?
Not to worry, I've already planned for this precise contingency. Astolphos, I trust your noble phantasm horn can also be used as a regular horn.
Huh? Oh, yeah, of course. As long as I don't use it to activate my noble phantasm, it just makes horn noises.
Then let's do that. I'll also have a caster use a spell to amplify your voice. We certainly can't afford to send our Emperor to the front lines the way they do. Who theirs? I'll tell you what to say. All you need to do is make sure that you speak clearly and without hesitation. Try to behave as though your every word is infused with absolute confidence and majesty.
Toss in a dash of anger, the secret ingredient. Okay, I'll give it a shot.
I am Constantine, Emperor of the Reinstatement Realm. And I request an audience with Charles the Great, Emperor of the Righteous Realm. Unless, of course, there's some reason why he cannot show himself. What? That an Ophalant? Silence.
Silence! Silence! Charles the Great's about to speak.
Charles the Great? I see. Must be having a caster amplify his voice. Ask once again, will you grant me an audience? No. I am one of the fathers of the world, so I weep to know of your existence. Tell me, my sons and daughters, why do you rebel against me? So refuse to show yourself? Have you turned coward? You're the only coward here. You wish to bring yourself relief by seeing me in the flesh. You wish to denounce me, to claim that I am an imposter, so you may have some peace for yourself as you enter this battle. But your scheme could only succeed if I were in truth an imposter. You come here believing I am an imposter. I'm certain, and rumors to that effect have already spread among your troops. Did you not once consider this may be a ruse? If your soldiers truly believe that I am who I am, most simply would give up. And I am indeed Charles the Great, the father of Europe. As you prepare to risk all your intuition alone, Constantine. Well done, you got me. It's true, if you really are Charles the Great, then my whole strategy will come crashing down for the battle even begins. Even if I'm certain you're an imposter, I can't afford to risk everything on a gamble. Then fight we shall. Once we are victorious, I will see who you are for myself. I shall see you on the battlefield. Oh man, that was exhausting. I can see that took quite a lot out of you. Still, you acquitted yourself admirably. Don't you agree, Count Blood?
Indeed, you did. Now, my master, shall I say Charles the Great, I shall do my utmost to lead our army to victory.
May fortune smile upon you.
You really are getting into the part.
You can use the Far of Sight spell to oversee the developing situation on the battlefield. Think your support is needed anywhere. Please don't hesitate to provide it.
Holmes, Don Quixote, I leave the rest in your hands. Move out.
Alright, let's go over the plan to taking the castle once again. Yes, your Imperial Majesty! The map of Syrium and the surrounding territory. As you can see, the city of Syrium used to be positioned right between the Reinstatement Realm and Righteous Realm. These gates protected by the nearby forest, and the west gate guarded by a stone watchtower. Yes, sir, however, the north gate, which is also the closest to us, is completely exposed. we would have to go well out of our way to attack the south gate. What do we do? A standard plan here would be to attack the north gate, but as you can see, my concerns, the absence of any apparent defenses there is a serious concern. You'd expect the area to be covered in traps. And what would you have us do, my liege? We'll wait for the cover in ninth and attack both the west and east gates simultaneously. We'll split the vanguard into two forces. Each will attack simultaneously. We may also send the middle guard to support if the situation calls for it. All goes well, we'll win in a single stroke. Yes, Your Imperial Majesty. I've decided the lineups myself. I'll decide the lineups myself. If circumstances change, I'll bring up the vanguard's rear myself. Is that clear? Yes, Your Imperial Majesty. Glory to our Pope. How ironic that I now find myself attacking a stronghold rather than defending one. I suppose it just goes to show that life is full of surprises.
So they're going to divide their forces and attack our east and west gates. That's all just right on the money.
Based on their army's current
movements, I expect they'll divide their vanguard in half and attack our east and west together. This is shaping up to become an unprecedented siege for both Constantine and ourselves. We should therefore be cautious in our first steps. If we start to suffer casualties, we'll fall back immediately. We find ourselves in a position of strength, we'll press the advantages quickly and as best we can. Remaining flexible should provide us with a safe middle ground. I likely have reached the same conclusion myself. The worst possible outcome for our opponent is losing their entire vanguard in the first battle. Later loss could even prompt a full withdrawal of their army. They are therefore likely to be cautious, in the extreme, if not outright cowardly. That is as much as I can determine with the facts at hand. The rest I leave to you. Adileti, Force Corp.
ready.
Yeah, we're good. Did you have to call us Force Corp? Kind of a crappy name.
Well then, how about the Ranger Servant Squad?
Now you're talking.
Activate the spell once half the enemy's force is made inside. Or do you think it might be an opportune moment?
Okay.
Roland, Astolphos, are you at the west gate?
Rolling here. Just wrapping things up in the Stalfos and the other.
Unlike at the east gate, you can probably expect a conventional frontal assault. They may have one or more servants as strong as you among them. Kill any such servants you find. Absolutely do not die.
Less than order, more of a desperate hope. So crucial were the two paladins to the tightrope walk the plan required of them all. Roland and Stalfos knew that very well. That's they were taking on such a great risk. Well, you heard the count. Better not die, or we'll be in big trouble.
I definitely don't want that. Count Vlad scares me more than Chuck ever did.
Huh? Does he really?
It's probably because some extra dimensional beef he's got with me that I don't really get. I don't know, probably Fate Apocrypha's fault.
Sure, pal. Whatever you say. You there? Yes, sir. Unlike the east side, our side's gonna see some serious action. Stay alive, but fight with your lives. Sir! Yes, sir! Wait, huh? I meant, fight like your lives depend on it. Why didn't you just say so? Roger that!
I can sense a spell nearby. Do you notice that, Captain?
Notice what?
I guess not. Somebody's cast a spell in the whole forest.
Of course I have. Anyone fighting here would use this force to cover to hide soldiers. They're probably not attacking because they only got about half their troops here.
I see. As long as you understand.
Okay, let's get started. Sir? I am one of the Night Hostilier. My true name is...
Stop that, you idiot. Why just give your true name right off the bat?
What? We already know each other's true names anyway, so I'd rather just slug it out face to face.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I have more than 200 servants hiding out in the woods. There's 750 of us. Maybe only half the force assigned to the gate, but still more than enough to crush them. Sheer numbers demolish just about any plan they come up with. Huh?
You're right. Sheer numbers do demolish most plans. Which is why we came up with the few plans where they don't. Specifically this one.
So,
I'm afraid your good luck's run out, and your bad luck's just beginning. This forest is about to become your own personal hell. This is the Taoist illusion I cooked up that uses Chi Min Do Jia. My unreturning formation may not be a work of art like Zhuan Lang's, but it's more than good enough to get the job done. Also, I'm afraid you made a little miscalculation in your numbers. It's not 200 against 750, it's 50 against 5.
huh? What the? Oh crap! We've been split up! Damn it! Figured out their spell, then destroy it!
Better hurry, time's running out.
Dearmud! Indeed, my true name is Dearmud Unduibuan. Now come and let us have a good, clean fight! The Imperial Robe is a special garment crafted for the certain the ritual. It will be used for a realm of Thanatos in personam Trom. It is not a mystic code. Okay, but can I get it as a mystic code later? Please? Pretty please, Losangle? As a master, when you go into battle, guard Imperial Robes grant you powerful Imperial skills. When you wear the Imperial Robe in battle, Imperial skills will be available. Place the master skills associated with their mystic code. Said mystic code will gain tap. Okay. In the tide of battle with Imperial skills. 10% drink by 30, 1 turn, charged by 1 level. Damn. 2 times, 1 turn, debuff, and deaf immune. Attack, 20% for allies, gain 30 crits. Hot diggity doodle.
You're nothing more than ants beneath my beat. Now then, let's get started. Go, Roleless Camelot! You know it's that time. Be gone. Excellent humanoids. Knowing nothing.
どこから潰したもの早炊きですカルウェナ用心接続よく目を背けない死になさい
I'll crush you where you stand. Well, that was rather uninteresting. Damn it, would you be dear? And finish them off. I'll back you up if need be.
You got it!
目に映るもの目を背けない
生死を分かつ境界
Molotov!
見定める
Overkill. Perfect.
当然とはいえ嬉しいものですね
Nothing left to stop me.
forgot how strong my MP5 Morgan was. Because I've been training other people.
お花見団子は
Especially since I don't have Queen Sky on this account.
小さなことからコツコツ
Damn it! Target down. Stay alert. There's still plenty out there. We don't know what whose spell will wear off or win.
I'll hang in there as long as I can. As soon as I'm done, I'm done. Just letting you know now.
Understood.
I'll lure in the next 5 now. Show them the way. Dunjiapan.
What the? Pardon me, my true name's dear Madame Adubuan, and I'm a knight of the righteous realm. Now, how about you? What the? At least let me introduce myself too. Very rude. Here comes the first wave. All hands, prepare for battle. Yes, sir. Preparing to fire noble phantasm.
Crap, his spirit order's been damaged. Everyone, get back.
Damn it! They must have archers on of their own.
Sounded more like gunshot to me. Sure that wasn't a gunner.
Who cares? Fire! 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 Durandal! Durandal! Go, Astolfos!
I'm coming. Come on, Hippogriff. Get wrecked.
Astolfos, look out!
Huh? Wah! One of the noble phantasms on my tail. It's homing in on me. It's so cute.
I guess it makes sense they'd have a homing noble phantasm, even if it's not as famous as Cuculanes. Sir, is it just me, or did Captain Astolfos forget what he was doing up there? Even something about it being cute? Yeah, he did. I wish I could say I'm surprised, but he's nothing if not capricious.
Yikes, that was close. I'd be one dead paladin if I turned the other way.
Oh, hey, if it isn't my cute little Astolfos. Glad you're still alive. Come on, now go out there and do it again. Remember, we can't let them destroy this gate.
You're sending me out there again? Don't I deserve a break?
You see any other servants I can fly? You damn well better expect me to take advantage of my few mobile servants we have. I'd settle for it with a little agility.
Damn it, Perseus. Where's you and Pegasus when we need you?
Not out yet.
Well, we might as well get started.
あまり悩ませない楽しくなるでしょ任せて暗き湖よいい判断です
Astolfos, take them down. Good, good. Now I believe it's my turn.
目を背けないでよく言いました
Not even ashes will remain.
神戸を垂れよ恐怖は希望も何人通るにあたわず
Well, not quite enough to get up there. But We can at least do this.
いい判断です。目を背けないで。行くぞ。内側から
Smite!
行くよ。
It's but a simple matter. And that was your first and last mistake. Be gone.
暗き湖を誇りにかけて来たれ。
Insolent whelps.
慈悲
Roadless Camelot.
恐怖は希望もない何人通るにあたわず。やっと血がたぎってきたのに終わりだなんて。いつの世も反乱。
Alright, we are out of stamina for now. So, I actually think that'll make that a alright stopping point. Sadly, half stamina thing isn't applied to this right now. But, oh well, oh well. So, I guess that means we should go ahead and wrap up here. Let's see. So, let's see if. Okay. I just want to check something. Alright, so I'd like to wish you all a fond farewell and thank you for stopping by. If you like this, of course, follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing because it really helps me out. I'll be back tomorrow, where I'll probably, if things don't change suddenly, be playing Lethal Company with Ghastly. Be my first time doing that. I am. Well, it's a scary game, so you know. Well, scary themed. Anyways, but I'll be back tomorrow, so don't miss me too much. Anyways, until next time. Fare thee well. All right. Bye-bye.